Happy Sephiroth Day. There's a server dedicated to him now. Did you guys see that? They made a whole server for Sephiroth. Very kind of them. Also, hi. Sorry, I'm lubing up my hands. They're dry. Yes, I hope everyone had a very good 6.08 patch. And it's full of cat boys. Damn, is that where all the cat boys went? To Oceania. Oh. Hi, Izmira. How are you? Also full of Omega Glams. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed the Omega Glam set is like gender locked. Why? The fuck, dude? Like, tilted? Whatever. Gender locked in One Piece. Yep. Boo. You think with like Omega being this gender fluid icon would be different? It turns people into lunatenders? And Chaos, thank you so much for the 15 months. Did you do that 10 plus 5 equals 15, which is how many months you subscribed for? That's kind of poggers. I appreciate it. All right. Give me the controls. Yep, always gotta move the game screen. There we go. Perfect. Weird structure going on with the non-higher row Roth male models. Really? First I heard of it. Strange. Well, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna get it. I know myself. Oh, right. Yeah, let me permit ya. I forgot we were just getting our asses kicked in this game. Holy shit. That last boss fight was a doozy. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna get the Omega set because, like, bodysuits aren't an Eris thing. That's not something Eris would wear. So, like, I'm not really gonna get it. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, you're right. That looks really weird. Their torsos look really weird. Ugh, they look so gangly. Oh, I don't like that. That's terrible. Oh, it's so, like, they're so, like, they look like fucking Slender Man. Hi, Lowry, how are you? Hi, Luke. Love the title. Thank you, Mr. G. We're gonna just keep rocking with it a little bit. The meme's really funny. The meme's hilarious, in my opinion. Is my one lamp a little darker? I can't tell. Healthcare look the weirdest, honestly. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I'm well, how about you?
So, you bump into any giant robots like that in Reactor 1?
Yeah, except the bastard looked like a scorpion. Speaking of which, what would you say that last one looked like?
Huh? Well...
Looks dead now.
Good job, Cloud. So let me see. I'm feeling like we're gonna have a rest here soon, but if we don't, is that Italy's famous Tifa? It is Italy's famous Tifa, so kind of you to notice. She's back from her trip to Italy. Hi, Empress, how are you? Oh, there we go, that's the button. I feel like we're gonna have a rest point here soon, because I feel like the game would do that.
Lo and behold.
Her trip to Italy must have been lower than I thought. At HP looking kind of low. Yeah, man, it was a really hard business venture. You know, very rough stuff. Very compromising. I am well, Larry. I'm doing great, actually. Happy to see you guys again, too, because it's been a couple days.
Just so you know, it's not gonna get any easier.
When did it ever?
Hey, I missed the last FF7 stream. Where are we now? We're in the second reactor. We're chapter 6. Just fought a huge ass boss. I should put that in my stream title. I should put chapter 6. We finally have like our
and
party.
straight on to Reactor 5.
You make it sound so simple.
Only 'cause it is. That there's the reactor support pillar.
So what's the plan?
After plan E comes F, G, and then H.
Thought E was the last.
This here is Section F.
We cut through section G and head for H.
A cargo platform in H will get us closer to the reactor. Biggs should be somewhere over there. Looks like the sun's going down on Midgar.
Right. Double time. We got a date with the reactor.
Hell yeah, Barrett. Okay, so yeah, what happened in the last stream was little review. We'll do a patented Zoomy review here. Okay, so last time on whatever the fuck we were doing here, we were still in the slums, hanging out, having a bit of fun. And Cloud was kind of like, hey, pay me. And they're like, okay, and then we're done. You can leave now. Like, we don't need you. And they're like, oh, okay, well, fine then, Baka. And, God, good luck, Cloud is learning more letters. He is learning more letters. And then he leaves and he's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Then, like, Cloud and Tifa had some kind of, like, angsty moments together. Like, it was kind of interesting, right? But then Cloud gets bugged by Jessie to go help her get some new stuff. She needs some new, like, reactor parts. So her, Biggs, Wedge, and him go to raid a warehouse. And that was a blast. That was such a fun time hanging out with Biggs, Wedge, and Jessie. Really characterized them super well. We get to learn more about the city, too, that way. Really well done. And we learned that Jessie has we continued the Jessie crush on Cloud, and boy howdy, I am shipping Cloud and Jessie. Also, we met Best Boy! We met Roche, and he is fantastic. He's attractive, a little bit maniacal, and he's like fight sexual. As you guys all know, that is something that gets you on Sammy's top tier list. Top tier. Great shit. Love that bitch. So love Roche. And then they get back, but then in the morning, they're attacked by the weird spirits again. Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett like team up, but Jesse gets hurt. And then can't go on the mission anymore. So Barrett reaches out to Cloud, and Cloud agrees. And then now Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa are going on this mission, but things on the train go haywire as we find the NFT manager again. And we kind of get off that train and are battling through the sewers, and now we just reached the reactor proper. Well, heard about Roche before. I'm glad he didn't disappoint me. Roche is fucking great. Apparently, he's new to the remake. Fantastic. Amazing decision. Sammy likes hot blonde boys who are fight sexual? Nah. Right, crazy. And it's been really fun to go through this like dungeon with Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa, because I feel like we finally have our party together, and it just feels really nice to have like the gang here. Also, we fought a boss fight that was fucking tough. The what manager? The NFT manager. The Shinra salary man that looks like he owns NFTs. But yeah, so that's kind of where we were. Does that all make sense, gang? Chapter 6 in the title. Actually, I'll do like chapter 6. There we go. Now we're on the way to Sector 5 Reactor. Yep, we definitely are. Ah, there it is. There's the rest spot. Knew we were getting one. I like the short rest mechanic. That's good. That's really good. Hey guys, did you know it's really good when there's a nice little short rest mechanic place where you can like buy stuff and like acquire items and things that you may need in the journey? Oh, smelling salts. Oh, we should probably buy a couple, huh? Do you know it's very cool when the game does that instead of doing, oh, I don't know, like making all of your short rests purchasable and then having to use them as a consumable resource, and then the short rest not also actually fully resting you? I wonder what game I'm talking about, huh? Must be it's just a mystery. Oh, holy shit, that's a huge defense spike. Poison materia. Oh, that could be good. Cleansing materia. Let's buy that cleansing materia. I have 9 memory of such game, huh? That could be almost any Final Fantasy game before the PS2. Why? Why would you do that? We're gonna buy that. Do we buy poison? Toxin related spells. Yeah, sure, why not? I like magic, so like let's let's go for it, you know? Okay, so magic defense is... Okay, so I might actually give this to... Oh, wrong button. How's FF7 Remake? This is where the Talon Senate video came from? Yeah, it is! Hi, Peranos. FF7 Remake is fucking awesome. I love it a lot. I have practically zero complaints, actually. Oh, Paige! Buongiorno. But yes! I see you guys heard about the successful mission to Italy. That's fucking amazing. Oh my god.
This was not my intention.
Thank you. You've literally made my night, Paige. How are you, buddy? Welcome. I see you guys are here to welcome Tifa back from her successful trip to Italy. She got a lot done, apparently. It's great. You know, it's fantastic. I heard the trip was a bit arduous, though. It was a little bit long, kind of difficult, a little bit of a hard trip, you know, very arduous. Like, just a long and hard time for Tifa, exhausting even, yeah? It was really terrible. So like, you know, just it's kind of like, you know, it's just really good that she's back and she's recuperating and, you know, feeling good and all that jazz. See, trip seemed quite repetitive. Yeah, a little bit, but like, you know, it'd be like that. Paige, thank you so much for the raid. I super appreciate it. For those of you that don't know me, hi, my name is Sammy, or Zoomizoomi will call me. And above my stream is all about positivity, come vibes, being a safe place for everybody. I mostly play Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm actually getting through every Final Fantasy game in the series, or at least the numbered ones. We trying. And I also am getting through the Yakuza series right now. So Final Fantasy series 14 and Yakuza is kind of what I'm up to these days. But hello, me and Paige are besties. But hello, a long hard trip but a fulfilling one. Oh, such a filling experience. Just an absolutely just bloating time, you know, just such good fun. Does it include watching the FF movies? Maybe. So far, I have played 10, 15, 9, and 7 is the games I've played in order, actually. My favorite game is 10. My least favorite game is... it's 15. 15 had so much potential, dude. Seriously. Anyway. Yeah, thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much for the Italy jokes. That's so good. Oh my god. Love that shit. Yeah, I started playing FF14 last year, and that got me into Final Fantasy. So I've literally never touched a Final Fantasy game before that. So like my JRPG introduction was 10. Fucking love 10. Played 15 after 10. 15 was... I don't want to call it a bad game, but like, man, it's just not like, can a game be bad if it's completely unfinished? Like, I literally feel like it's just not like a game. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Like, it had so much potential, and it just disappointing. Then I played 9, and 9 was very hot and cold for me. I don't think 9 is a bad game, but I feel like there is a very serious generational divide with 9 and me playing 9. So I have opinions about it, and some of them are negative. I know that might upset Paige because I believe that's their favorite Final Fantasy game. But also, if you guys haven't checked out Paige, you absolutely should, because they're the luckiest bunny I know. Also, Paige, you'd appreciate this too. What kind of quest is that? Oh, King's Quest. Wait, no, I actually know that series. You should appreciate this. I actually went to Build-A-Bear the other day to be gay, and I got a bunny. You can see her. Fair criticisms. I do want to talk about them sometime. Oh yeah, no, actually, we legit should. I want to know like your opinions. I could go grab her too. Let me actually. I went to Build-A-Bear the other day to be gay. Also, you can see my pajama pants. and I made a bunny, and she is super soft. Her name's Belle. She's adorable. But like super soft. Love her so much. Very, very nice. Also, Zach, Chamilius, Ravane, and Darth, thank you so much for the follows. I super appreciate it. Hope you're all having a lovely time, because even my time a bit more lovely. Yeah, Paige, if you want, like, we should just like, Sammy has legs. I know, I have legs. Crazy. Yeah, if you want to like talk about it sometime, like, I don't know, just call me. Or if you want to do it on stream too, we certainly can. For reference, I don't think 9 is a bad game. But in the games I have played thus far, for Final Fantasy, it is next to 15 for me. It is low on my list. I'll do it right now! Oh, okay, if you want to. I mean, yeah, you can. But you're busy.
Like
oh, I mean, it's fine.
once.
But, yeah, like, so, like, that's where I would put 9, because... Is it like 15? Like, is it as bad as... I shouldn't use the word bad. It's not like 15, but I'll be honest, I did not have a lot of fun. Also, what the fuck is that ending? I think we can at least all agree on that. What happened? What happened at the end? So, but yeah, like, I don't think it's, like, bad. Like, I don't think it's bad by any means. If you had, like, 20 kids, that's not what I'm referring to, and you know it! Who the fuck is Necron? Also, yeah, Vivi had, like, 20 kids, like... Bellmaker and Teal, thank you so much for the follows. I super appreciate it. I hope you're absolutely terrific day, because it made my day a bit more terrific. Perhaps unsatisfying is the better word. Perhaps. And yeah, and I'm playing through FF7 right now, VII the remake, and so far, this is up there with FF10 for me. I am fucking loving it. I'm loving FF7 so far. It's fucking fantastic. I really, really like it. Very, very good. I'm in voice chat. All right, Paige, let's go, buddy. Oh, I don't have my call notification turned on. Where you at? Hello?
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 Hi, Sammy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Paige?
I'm delightful. I don't want to share any of my thoughts about Final Fantasy VII until you're done with it, but...
Good idea. I will say this, though, Paige.
Mm-hmm.
I know you didn't like the remake.
And I did not.
I'll add this.
However, all of the character interactions are great, and I love all the characters in it, so I'm sure that you're...
So you like Roche, at least?
Oh, God. I'm gonna go... maybe.
Okay, what if I told you he's my favorite character so far?
We'll talk about this once you finished it.
It's okay. It's okay. Paige and I are good friends, and sometimes I'm right and Paige is wrong, and that's just how it is.
I want to like him more than I do.
Sure. That's
like,
fine.
I like the idea of him,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just didn't wind up doing so.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I love the remake. I'm enjoying this game, like 10 out of 10 so far.
So I think one of my favorite things about FF9...
changing the topics. All right, good stuff.
I want to steer away from 7 just so that I don't spoil anything, because I don't want to, like, I don't trust myself.
That's fair. I know I'm egging you on. I am well aware that I'm egging you on.
The best thing about your 9 playthrough is getting to the end and going, what the fuck is this super boss out of nowhere? Because that's a totally normal reaction for playing the series backwards.
Oh no.
But if you're playing the series forward, you're like, oh, there's the super boss that comes out of nowhere because it's a Final Fantasy game. Oh, that's cool.
So that's just supposed to happen?
It's totally just a thing that. Okay, I will. I can defend part of that in 9.
Okay, I would love to hear the justification on why the fuck Necron exists.
Okay, check this out.
All right. Checking.
What is the theme of Final Fantasy IX? What are all the characters grappling with?
I feel like there's some debate in there, but I would argue it's like they're trying to like, kind of trying to like love themselves. Right? Like they're, most of them. Kina's a total joke character.
More or less, but still
Yeah.
grapples with this, I think.
I don't know.
So,
Sorry.
I would argue that Final Fantasy IX's theme is finding meaning in the face of death. That all of the characters are dealing with death in some way. So, like, even Kina, where his grandpa died, is looking for meaning after that.
Kina's grandpa died?
Or was it Vivi's grandpa died, who is Kina's...
What?
Is this... Okay. Vivi was adopted by a member of the Ku clan, who
Yes,
is related to
okay.
Kina, I believe.
Really? No,
I could be mistaken.
No, I mean, I believe you, but like, is there a way to miss that?
Possibly. Yeah. It might be like an out of the way area.
Huh. Then it might be very possible that I've simply missed it. Which would be really unfortunate.
That's okay. Not a big deal. Kina is also trying to find purpose in existence through cooking and bringing joy to others through making good food.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of the impression that I got, especially with things like the Black Mages, where they're worrying about stopping. With characters like the bad guy's plot involves taking the souls of the dead and repurposing them. And even the mist monsters themselves are made from the dead and souls of the dead, right? So I feel like there's an overarching theme in 9 of the prevalent like threat or like the biggest negative force in that universe is death itself. So why not have a boss at the end of the game where you just fight the game's theme?
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, it's dumb.
like, it still doesn't work. But
No,
it
no.
makes sense when you put it like that. That's generous. like I don't know. I would argue I would argue I think you're right. Like I think what you're saying is correct. That's the game's theme. But I'm not sure the game delivers its theme well.
No.
I think it absolutely drops the ball in certain places. Not everywhere. Like Vivi's amazing. And Vivi's like arc is very cool, right?
Yeah.
Really cool, really interesting. Echo is probably one of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy series, period. I love Echo. She is a pure delight and I love her to pieces. And her arc was so cool. And I think Freya's really cool, but it would have been great if they just didn't drop all of her characterization or anything happening with her whatsoever.
Yeah, she gets a lot in the first like couple hours,
Yep.
and then
then
a credit
nothing.
scene, and that's it. Yeah,
Like they literally nothing happens.
for
Like
ages. Yeah,
it's
Mhm.
so like I literally remember thinking like, hey, are they gonna mention her boyfriend again? And then at the literally the epilogue,
Yep.
he's there, and there's like some dialogue they have, and that's it. And it's like
hmm
that was it.
The Final Fantasy games all have a bit of an issue where they don't quite know if they want to have a strong central narrative or they want to be a character piece,
That makes sense.
right?
Yeah, I can see the.
So they're like constantly in conflict between having moments where it's this is a character moment. Here we are going to have the characters interact and they're going to get some development. Okay, now that that's over, it's time for story. No characters during the story segments. Okay, now is another character segment. Like they're very segmented like that, and a lot of Final Fantasy games kind of wrestle with this. And each one is a little bit weaker in one regard. Like Final Fantasy 9 kind of splits the difference and winds up being a little bit of both. I would argue Final Fantasy X is much better in regards of characters and
I
less
think.
good in regards to narrative. Yeah.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't think 10 misses. My only real complaint about 10 is that some of the combat is a little bullshit sometimes. I think its overall story and its character arcs are all good. I feel it's very complete and it feels satisfying. Because like, yeah, no, every character of the main party has a character arc.
Yeah, and like I said, the characters are all great. Like all the character stuff in there, fantastic. It's just the narrative stuff that doesn't work as well for me.
I disagree.
That's fair.
But I mean, I don't know. 10's also like 10's definitely my favorite one that I've played so far. Probably will stay. It might stay there. I don't know. 7's competition for it because I'm really liking 7, but we won't talk about 7. We won't talk about her. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense. I feel like that's a fair statement too about like the games not knowing what they want to do. And like, I would say like, I don't think 9 is a bad game, but I think 9 didn't know what it wanted to do. And it just kind of like tried to do a bunch of stuff and it didn't feel like all that stuck. I would say 10, and 10 is probably the most direct comparison since it was made a year later, or released a year later. They were being made at the same time. 10 feels very complete and very focused in comparison. You know, I don't know, I guess I could replay through 10, but like, you know, everything made a lot of sense, and I didn't really have a lot of points where I was confused, where in FF9 I felt like I was confused almost every place I went. Or maybe through the back half of the game, I should say. I feel like the front half was pretty like straightforward.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, also like, I don't know, I think Kuja's a very cool villain. And then when Kuja like was not a part of like the villain narrative and you had like other bad guys like popping up places and stuff, like Garland I think was his name. That was weird. He also was an exposition dump.
Yeah.
Like he talked for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's weird when they give them characterization after they're already gone.
Yeah. It's also FF9's like, hey, this is a fantasy game because you guys wanted more fantasy in your Final Fantasy. Lol, just kidding.
Yeah, so would it make more sense if I told you that Final Fantasy IX was made as a tribute to all of the previous Final Fantasy games since they were leaving the PlayStation 1 behind?
Yes, I have
So
heard
they,
that. Yeah.
yeah, so they
And
built it
that-
entirely out of tropes from the older games.
And that makes way more sense in
Mhm.
context. However,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
doesn't change my like perception of playing the game.
Oh yeah. That doesn't change its quality as a game, obviously.
But like, no, that
Um,
does make sense. Like, I can see where like Final Fantasy IX takes like Final Fantasy IX takes just a, I don't know, like a Buster Sword to like the nostalgia bone.
Mhm.
Like that makes a lot of sense.
I like how in Final Fantasy X, you also just fight the theme of the game at the end.
Which I fucking love.
Like
And-
all of the characters are just kind of grappling with the concept of Yevon and like organized faith and everything, and then
Yep.
at the end it's like, here's faith, fight it.
Yep, and on that note too, like, or at least with Final Fantasy X, you fighting Yevon at the end made sense. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it did. That's who you were going to kill. That was the
Yeah.
whole point of going there.
Yeah.
You know. And also, I like too that Yevon is a tick.
Yeah. It's
He
a
looks
parasite.
like a parasite.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's good.
It's very good.
Mhm.
Hey, breakfast.
Yeah. My biggest complaints about that game are just like, I've got issues with the beginning because I don't know where Xanarkand is.
Okay.
Or how Orin got there, or how Sin got there, or how Jecht got off of it.
I'm pretty sure that's explained.
Because, like, it's a dream of the faith, but,
Yeah.
like...
No, like, because Sin can go into the dream. Because, like, Jecht is a part of the dream. I'm pretty sure they explained that, because I'm pretty sure Orin tells you that after Unalesca.
Right.
Like, when he
but how did-
explains that he's dead, and that, like, he can go into the dream, too. Because of, like, his connection.
But Jecht got out.
Yes, because Jecht can go in between. Like, so, like, from what I understand... good night, Irby. From what I understand, I believe the explanation was, like, Jecht was a part of the dream. So Jecht, as Sin, is still Jecht, can go in between sort of these places. Because he's a
No.
part of it and can pass
Right.
and can pass through it. And Oron is
But
dead.
before he became Sin, Jecht got out of the dream, and then met up with Orin, and then went on a huge adventure.
That's true, yeah. I mean,
Right.
I guess I just kind of assumed it was probably some kind of, I mean, probably got out from, like, the previous Sin. I feel like because Titus got out through Jecht Sin. So it's just like he got pulled out.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my assumption. I don't, is that a big deal? Like...
No, I don't know. Like, I'm not here to shit on your favorite Final Fantasy, Zoom.
I mean, I'm not, I don't feel like you're shitting on it.
Okay.
It does not feel that way. You don't feel hypercritical or anything. It's just a legit question.
I just, I don't know. I felt like there were some basic mechanics that were just kind of unexplained like that. I felt like Lulu's plot gets dropped hard after the first hour or two because, like, they never kind of grapple with the fact that Titus looks like her dead boyfriend, other than just kind of mentioning it, and it doesn't come up again after
It
they
does.
leave First City.
It
Or
does.
after the first fight with Sin.
It comes back up later in the Calm Lands. In the dungeon place, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Where, like, admittedly, I think you can miss that. I think that's a missable spot.
Okay.
I think that's a missable dungeon. But I believe that gets addressed, and that's where, like, Lulu's character arc is, I believe, wrapped up. Which I guess isn't unlike potentially the Vivi thing being missed with the grandpa. If the Yojimbo dungeon is optional, you can miss it. Yeah, I think that's the one.
Pretty sure I did that one. I don't remember. I played it in... When did that come out? 2001?
Fair. I played it 6 months ago.
Yeah. I wasn't the hugest fan of how many characters' arcs are based on high school type bullies.
Okay, I mean, fair.
Yeah, it's like
I like that thing, but like that's purely opinion, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
You know,
yeah.
either if you like it or don't, that's fine. Like,
yeah,
that's fair.
And I felt like Waka had the most solid like arc and development throughout the game. I liked it.
Oh, Waka, I actually really liked. Like,
he learned to not be racist.
You love to see it. Like, he starts out as like, oh man, Waka's just this silly guy. Ha ha ha. He's racist. What?
Oh my God, he's
Wait a
racist.
minute. And then like the game continues, and then you're like,
Waka.
oh, okay, Waka, you cured your racism problem. That's good. Thank you. Yeah, like
it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is, and like I don't know. I guess I agree with you. Like, I think 10 has a lot of very like 10's themes. I think very much hit the buttons that like I want to hit. It's very drama-y. It's very like romantic in a lot of ways. It's hitting all the things that I really like, and like there's like, yeah, you're right. There are like a lot of guys that are like high school bullies, but like, I don't know. I like that stuff, right? I like that kind of.
No horn, no horn.
No horn. Okay, but admittedly, it is really gratifying when Kamari 2v1s those guys and kicks their ass.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when he comes back and does that, like that's pretty cool. But like, yeah, no, like that's fair. Like, different things are gonna connect in different ways. Because like, I guess I get, you know, like I like those types of themes. That's just stuff I gravitate towards, and like you don't have to, because.
And that's why I say it's really like character-wise very strong, because it's like easy to get into, it's easy to enjoy, and like I think it's awesome. I think the reason that I say it's like narratively weak is that I'm not super sure what it's about.
I mean, I feel like I'm confident about what it's about. But like,
it's got themes of like faith and like belief and stuff like that, but I don't know what it's saying about that.
I mean, I would say it's about the idea of like, it's about the idea of sort of coping. And coping with the things that happen to you and how we do those things, and like understanding like we can like go through hurt and we can go through bad things, but together with friends we can get through stuff, and we can even cope with things like religion, which I think gets exemplified a lot with Waka. But it may not be a good coping mechanism, because those same things that we think might be helping us might be hurting us. And I would argue that the faith in general can be used as a coping mechanism, but it may be a very poor one.
Interesting.
So like I would argue it's like this idea of coping and moving on from our trauma or our past, like the misfortunes of our past. Which you see like with like Waka and his brother, Waka and religion, Riku and her being an Albed, Yuna and her being an Albed, and the destiny that's been laid before her by this oppressive religion. And trying to take faith in that doesn't work because it's not a good coping mechanism. Or on N, him literally being so angry he can't die. You know, Titus and being a part of the dream, or his dad not being there for him and him moving on from that. Kamari and these
You
bullies.
gonna cry again?
Good old Jecht, love that guy.
You
man.
cried. I saw.
But like a lot of the character arcs I think reflect this idea of like coping and moving on from their past. and religion is a player in that, but I don't think like the central theme is religion. But like religion is a theme in it, but it's like religion can be a coping mechanism, but also it's oftentimes bad and oftentimes does not work well and ends up hurting us and giving us the same trauma. It speaks a lot to religious trauma. And as somebody who went to Catholic school for 12 years, it connects with me a lot.
It would be really interesting if Final Fantasy IX was a celebration of the past and a fear of the future. And Final Fantasy X is about overcoming the past.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. And I'll say too, like about Final Fantasy IX, if we switch back to that for a bit, but I don't want to say that like I don't like Final Fantasy IX or that it's a bad game. I certainly don't think it's bad. I think it should get a remake though. What'd you say?
It's a product of its time.
It is. It definitely is. And playing it now with all the knowledge that we have of other games, it's whew, that combat system. That's rough. All their 30 different status ailments.
One of my favorite things to do when I bought a new video game, or when like my parents would buy me a new video game, is on the way home, I would be so excited about the game that like I would bust out the instruction manual and I would start reading it like front to back. And then like when I went to school, I'm like, well, I can't play my game at school, obviously. So I'm bringing my instruction manual and then just like hyper fixating about whatever game I've got. That's where all that information is.
That's what I was told. I literally don't think I would have been able to complete the game had Twitch chat not helped me as much.
It's very different trying to play it now. Yeah.
It's really fucking hard and not in a fun way. Like it's kind of a miserable slog like in that last like probably third of the game. It is nightmarish.
Yeah, I'm glad that the remaster adds like fast forwarding and invincibility and insta kill and like all that stuff. Like
did you see my fight with Necron?
Good changes. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yep. I just got there and I was like, yeah, fuck this.
No, good.
I fought Kuja fair.
I saw.
Yeah, and we did it like fantastic. And then Necron came out and started grain crossing every turn, and I was like, no.
Yeah, if you were playing this back in the early 2000s off stream, I'm sure it would have been a slightly different experience.
Yeah.
That said, yeah, I mean, the game has not aged well. There's a couple cool things you can do with it, like I think for my main party, I had Steiner with auto reflect, and then I gave Vivi reflect ×2, which doubles the damage of any reflected spell, and then just cast everything on Steiner.
Interesting.
Which hits every enemy for double damage. You can also get like break damage limits, which increases the damage maximum to 99,999, I think. Final Fantasy X had that. I don't remember if 9 did.
Yeah, I know 10 had the break limits because I had a couple of characters with weapons like that, but I think 9 probably did. I didn't get any of those weapons.
Been a while.
Yeah, but my opinion, I think 9 could benefit a lot from a remake, like a ton from a remake. Like almost like, and you don't even have to make it like a 3D game. You could make it like 2D, and I feel like it'd probably like look really cool and be kind of like still picture booky. And like you could do like a turn-based, like a proper turn-based system, not ATB. And I feel like that would work pretty well for it.
Yeah, as a concept, I think that would be great. In reality, I don't trust Square Enix to do that, not in the least. Even their 2D remakes, like the re-releases of like FF5 and 6 and all those have been somewhat disastrous.
I thought the pixel remasters were good.
I haven't heard much about the pixel remasters.
Oh.
But the remaster they did before that was trash. And they have had like mobile releases and stuff that are also very hit and miss. And I also didn't like FF7 remake, but
I mean,
I
you
just
can just
don't
have a
wanna see
wrong opinion.
9.
That's fine.
I just don't want to see 9 turned into a real-time battle system. I hate it.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. I think turn-based would work well for it, but also
If it's
FF7
made
has some of the
for-
smoothest and best quality gameplay I've seen in a long time.
Okay. Yeah.
I have absolutely zero complaints about the gameplay in FF7. Also, I hate ATB gameplay.
Mhm.
So that's where I like turn-based. Like FF10's turn-based system, great. Ruined King's turn-based system, great. I don't like ATB, and ATB is not the same thing as turn-based.
Mhm.
In my opinion, I'd prefer to just commit to one side or the other. And I think 7 does a good job of that. But I don't think 9 has to be. I think you could just make 9 turn-based and that'd be fine. Like
Like I said, if it was being made by Square Enix, it would have to be. Like, there's no way they would make a turn-based game like 10 anymore. They just don't want to.
I mean, I know they don't want to, but like,
You know,
it'd be nice.
it would be nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
it would look good.
Like I said, as a concept, that'd be great.
Yeah. And I don't know. That's. I mean, I'm not sure 9 will get a remake because they're still busy with 7 and their new Project Origin in 16 and all that jazz.
Mhm.
And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we could see like, I don't know, like an 8 remake before 9, maybe.
More like turn-based.
Dab.
Yeah. They should just change the name. ATB should be called Turn Cringe.
Turn cringe. I think so at least. I
That is turn-based. 9 is Turn Cringe.
you're hilarious, Paige. Very funny. You're a funny bunny. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't like ATB at all, and like I didn't grow up with it, and it shows. So,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. Maybe maybe people are a bit gentler with it when like you grew up with it and stuff. But like, I have a very different perspective on video games, and I'm also very much a Zoomer. I'm sorry. I play things like Fortnite and what's another Zoomer game? Minecraft. I was raised on Minecraft, guys.
What's a Minecraft?
Huh?
What is a Minecraft?
Oh, it's this really cool game that they where you can like make squares and blocks and stuff. It's cool.
Oh.
They added zombies recently. I remember when Minecraft added zombies, by the way. Back in my day in 2011.
That's like Cubivore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know, like I think it'd be I'm down for more old games being remade because some of them are just very, very archaic. But also I can hear you internally cringing right now, and that's perfectly fine. Because I don't think all of them should be made a la FF7.
Yeah, no, there are some good remasters out there and remakes. And I like them. I just don't think that Square Enix has a good track record of them. That's my concern.
I mean, that's fair.
Mhm.
And like, you know, Square Enix is a large corporate entity. Like, they're not always hip with the gamers these days.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone can be development team 3. Is that what Final Fantasy 14 is?
I think so. Something like that.
Not everyone can be Yoshi P's team. So like, yeah.
Yeah. What happened was, after Square and Enix merged, or thereabouts, after the failure of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, and their previous CEO resigned in shame, which and took all his money with him, which bankrupted Square, and then Enix purchased them. After that happened, they decided on a different plan for the Final Fantasy games, which is Final Fantasy has always been more popular in the US, and Dragon Quest is more popular in the East. So they decided they would make all the Dragon Quest games now turn-based and appealing to Japanese audiences, and kind of release them in the US, but not with much fanfare. And they would make all the Final Fantasy games action games that appeal to Western demographics.
Yes, the white male gamer.
Uh-huh. It's a game about angry men. So yeah, like that's their business strategy currently, and I don't see them deviating from it, even after the success of like Bravely Default and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, but I agree with you, but I mean, I feel like FF's like, okay, FF7 Remake is popular, like that's a thing.
Yeah, it sure is.
But it's not a game about angry men. I mean, I guess I don't. Am I wrong? Like, did I miss something?
There's an awful lot of Sephiroth in this remake.
I mean, yeah, he's cute. What is Barrett? I guess Barrett's like an angry man, but he's like the only one.
No, Barrett's nice. Barrett's daddy.
Barrett is very nice, and I love him so much.
He's got such kind eyes.
He does. He has such kind of. He takes off his sunglasses. You're just like,
He just turns into a teddy bear.
He does, and he has a daughter. And like Cloud's like angsty, but I wouldn't say he's angry. He's just kind of like,
no,
why are all these women chasing me constantly? And then every woman who meets Cloud is like, wow, you're the most attractive man I've met. And Cloud's like, what?
No, the game about angry men was the Paradise, whatever.
I'm here to kill chaos.
That's the one. Tetsuya Nomura said it was a game about angry men.
I will say the gameplay for that game looks fucking amazing, but other than that, not looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's being made by a team that worked on
Devil May Cry, wasn't it?
Devil May Cry? Interesting.
I think so. But no, Paige, there's a thing. There appears to be at least one woman in your party, which means it's got a leg up on
15?
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I know.
like literally, the party looks like angry white male, like literally just like angry man, chaos kill, man who can't put his arms down because he's too muscular, twink, and a woman.
Okay, but Zoomi Years of War also has a lady in it, so...
Whoa! Oh my god! There's women in video games! What? What?
What's next? Goddess of War? A PC culture has gone too far.
Woke gamer industry.
Females.
Of course you have blue hair and pronouns.
Eggman says to Sonic.
Oh my god. Okay, so I have watched a couple of Sonic fan dubs, by the way. I've been educated. So I feel like I understand the Sonic series better.
Oh, I've never seen them.
Yeah, so Eggman pisses on the moon at one point.
That's true. That does happen.
Okay, good.
And Shadow the Hedgehog did fuck his wife.
Yes. That happened as well. Cool. And then I think Knuckles smokes weed. I think that was also like a thing that happened.
Okay.
And Sonic and the President were lovers, but like they like broke up.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what I remember from the fan dubs.
That's why Sonic is in handcuffs at the beginning of Sonic Adventure 2
Mm.
because he left in the middle of a scene. He
Gotcha.
said
That
safe
makes
word
sense.
and walked out. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's why Paradise Lost is a little higher up on the list because 15 doesn't have any women in it.
It's got Cindy.
Grabs you. Rat shakes you.
Come here.
Admittedly, it has Aranea, which is like the only good woman.
Should have fucking joined the party, yeah.
Oh, Gentina, yes,
You should've.
she's a character that is a thing. And Iris,
Oh,
the
I
14-year-old
remember
girl.
that.
Yes, correct. Yep. Those are characters. I think Gentina only exists to give you exposition at like 2 parts of the story, and that's it. Iris is a 14-year-old girl flirting with Noctis, which is a little weird. And doesn't do anything aside from that.
Oh, I just thought of something. Not to bring it all the way back to Final Fantasy IX, but small point here. Super disappointed that the "You Are Not Alone" scene didn't hit as hard as it did. Like for me when I played it.
Yeah, that one kind of missed.
Yeah, it's
I'll
a
be
shame.
honest. It was just, here's a bunch of difficult fights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, also, I'll be honest, Zidane did not connect for me at all. Like, he didn't connect with me anywhere at pretty much any point in the game. Which, that's always gonna be hard too if you're a main character and boy, this game is Zidane time. 9 has him in everything.
Yep.
He is very central to the game. And
As somebody coming off of playing Final Fantasy VII and then 8, I was like, oh my god, a main character that's making jokes and not brooding all the time? Thank fucking god.
no, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair, but like, he just didn't connect.
Oh, that's fair.
You know, and like, I think he's fine as a main character, but like, I had somebody mention one time, and I feel like this is somewhat accurate. Zidane's not really a character that like develops a ton as much as he develops the people around him.
I could see that, yeah.
You know, and like I can kind of see that a little bit, but also that doesn't change the fact that like, I don't like, I'm gonna compare him to like Titus, and I just like Titus so much more because it just feels so much more dynamic, and also Titus is not weird to women at any point either. Zidane does that a lot.
That's true, yeah.
Like he does that a lot. He stops
Nice that
eventually,
we-
which is good, but like,
It's nice that we left that behind on the PlayStation 1.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, like Titus and like Yuda's relationship's like really wholesome, and then Zidane and Daggers is really not great for like the first half of the game. It gets better, I guess, but like, oh man.
I'm interested to see what you think of Squall and Renoa.
Yeah, I hear 8 has a. I hear 8 is a game I should pay attention to.
Yeah, you're not to get like ahead of it or anything, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna find the battle system pretty frustrating and then enjoy the characters. But
Excellent.
we'll see.
Can't wait for that to be my entire playthrough of every Final Fantasy below 10.
Yep, sounds accurate.
Hate that. Maybe I'll just like play only the games like above. Above 10.
Just find the versions that have fast forward and maximum damage and all that, and then turn that on.
Anytime I'm like, yeah, you know what, fuck this, and then just do that.
For all combat.
Oh,
The
just
whole
all
game.
in general.
All of it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah. Or you know what? Just go on YouTube and look up long play FF8.
Okay, and then we'll just watch that on stream. Perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
React
perfect.
to
Excellent.
that. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Also, hi, Cuddle. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a slog. And however much I know you hate the FF7 remake, it is genuinely refreshing to be playing a game where, like, the combat makes sense. And that bosses don't randomly pull out Grand Cross out of their ass. Or other weird mechanics and status effects. Like, it's...
I will be happy to talk about that once you're done with it.
Mhm.
Like, I've got thoughts about it, and I can lay them out. And I don't know if you'll agree or not. But, yeah.
I have a good feeling, Paige, there's a generational divide.
I really enjoyed the combat in the first half of the game,
Okay.
and my opinion changed dramatically. But
Yeah, I mean the game could tremendously disappoint me. I'm not all the way through it yet.
I mean, you played 15, so
That's true. Though in fairness, I didn't have my beef with
Then
15
remake is way
doesn't
better than
really
15.
involve the combat.
yeah, I know.
Like the combat system's like, it's fine. And then
the magic
like
sucks, though.
the what?
The magic big sucks in
Oh, the
15.
magic is the
Oh,
biggest suck in the world.
God.
As a black mage main,
Uh-huh.
like the magic is the biggest suck. Like it's so fucking disappointing. 7's is way better. Like it's already a lot better.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, hey, you can actually cast spells. I'm like, wow, this is great. It's not just weird grenades that hurt your teammates.
Yeah. Oh, the weirdest thing about 15, and not to like, not to just complain about all Final Fantasies, but like, the weirdest thing about 15 is the skill trees.
Mhm.
Like, so you gain like AP that give you points that you can spend on skill trees.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if they added new skills for like the Royal Edition or whatever,
Mhm.
but like when I played the base version, they were useless. I did not know what to put points into because none of them were good.
Mhm, mhm.
It was like an extra 5% damage with this one character's team up attack that I don't use.
Mhm. I feel like they
Okay.
got better. I feel like I had a good idea of like where to put skills, or at least they felt useful. I don't think anything felt super impactful, but like, I didn't feel like I was wasting my points, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just don't know why they're in there.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I like.
I don't know. It's just something that I was like, I remember that. Why was that there?
I mean, I feel like we can talk about. I
Did
feel like
I
I
not
could talk
just
about.
do my 11 months?
Oh, Mary. Mary, thank you so much for the 12 months. Did you do that 6 + 6 = 12? Which months you subscribe for? That's a whole ass year. That's poggers. Thank you so much. Oh, we've known each other for a year. That's kind of oh, that's really poggers. Nice. But yeah, no, I agree that the skill tree is weird. Like, it's still weird. I much prefer like how 7 does it,
Mhm.
where we're like going through like the weapons and like we're upgrading them, and like each weapon has a different like set that you can upgrade.
It's got a fucking sphere grid for your weapon.
Or your weapons. Speaking of which, I
not-
need to upgrade this. But but I still, and again, I'm not gonna shut up about 10, but yo, 10's sphere grid system is kinda baller. I'm not gonna lie.
They knew that.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew how well received it was, and kept trying to replicate it afterwards.
And
'Cause,
did
like,
it succeed,
11 has a-
Paige?
No.
Rip.
They never made a better one.
Oh no.
Because 12 has like the license grid, or the license board, it's fine. 13 has literally, it's called the sphere grid. It's trash. Um,
Ah.
and this game kind of, not really. Mostly it's like cores that like you can just pick whatever upgrades, but it works fine.
Path of Exiles was a true success for the FF10 skill grid? Huh. I've never played Path. But I will take your word for it.
I think I tried to, but it was like season-based or something.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so it's like you play your character for this season and then stop playing that character and make
That's
a new one.
weird.
I think I may have been misunderstanding it. I like I said, I tried to start playing it and I couldn't get into I couldn't get past character creation. So, I don't know.
Weird.
Maybe it's really good.
Yeah, I guess I've heard good things because that's what Obsidian does like these days.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
It's super cool that you can see your materia in your weapon.
Oh, I fucking love that it pops up in cutscenes. Like you just like see it like Tifa's like bracelet or like Cloud's like sword or like Barrett's gun and stuff. Like it's really cool. Also, I love playing as Tifa. She's so cool.
Yeah, Tifa works the best. Like her character's fantastic.
Also, like people were complaining about her chest size, but
Sammy, I don't know if you knew this.
oh no.
People are dumb.
Yeah, you're right. She's
On
got
the
some
internet?
honkers though. Like, what are they complaining about? She's got huge tits. They're like bigger than Barrett's. And people are like, oh man, this delicious 2 polygons.
Gamers. Look, the gamers are just mad because in the original FF7, Tifa says the R word, and in the remake, they don't let her.
That's good. I'm glad that Tifa strayed away from using slurs.
Fucking agree.
We love that character development for Tifa.
Agree.
Also, I heard Barrett in the original was like a Mr. T reference.
I wouldn't say reference, but they tried to give him like a style of speech that I don't know. In text, it's weird. Wasn't quite trying to do like Ave or like African American vernacular English or anything like that, but it's like I don't know how to describe it. But they also had him like swearing a lot, and it was instead of using swears, they were using like symbols. So a lot of his text boxes would have like number sign at exclamation mark question whatever, you know what I mean? It was weird. I'm glad it's not 1998 anymore.
It's honestly for the best. Was I alive in 98? Yeah, it's for the best.
Or 96 or whenever this came out. I don't remember.
Something like that.
I don't know. I was like 15, whatever.
Wow. That's what I mean when I say generational divide. Illy though, love you, Paige.
Illy. All right, I'll stop interrupting and let you go back to.
Oh, you're fine.
Your Final Fantasy.
I'm happy to talk about Final Fantasy with you.
I love Final Fantasy. You know what? I think Final Fantasy, and this might be a hot take, pretty good.
You know what? I agree with your hot take. I think it's pretty good.
How are we so controversial?
I'm so controversial.
So brave.
Never agree on anything. We are just the most courageous. Yes.
I think it's important in a debate that all voices be heard, and I think we have a good representation of the people who like Final Fantasy and the people who like Final Fantasy.
Yeah. But hey, wait a minute. Well, no, I think it is interesting. Like, it's the perspective of somebody coming from the series backwards, inwards, and then inwards, like out. Like, right, you got somebody who started at like the beginning of it and moved forward, and I'm literally starting at the end of it and moving back.
Yeah.
And it's very different impressions, and like, I might have shot myself in the foot by playing 10 first, and then like playing that and being like, oh, so all of them are like this, right?
Yeah. You know what? I think we can agree on something though. I know something we can agree on.
What's that?
I think Final Fantasy XIV is the best one.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah,
like 14's really good.
It's just good. It's like the characters, the narrative, the mechanics, all of it good.
Yeah, it's really like 14 just is amazing because there's nothing like it.
It just nails it. Yeah.
They like like yeah. No, I what's there to complain about 14? I'll wait. And don't say Stormblood. I know somebody's in there. Don't do it.
Stormblood's better than ARR.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, it's like it's a building narrative, you know, like you gotta go up the ladder, right? So like, yeah, maybe Stormblood's not Shadowbringers, but Shadowbringers came out later.
Yeah.
Concept.
And you know what? They had a patch, what is it, today, yesterday, that buffed Black Mage.
They
What's
did, and I am aroused.
About? What's there to complain about, gamers? It's straight potency increases.
My
Paladin gets
Xenoglassy
more
is
sword.
online.
Oh,
Good
I
shit.
mentioned this. I mentioned this before that I wish that in Endwalker they included a have you heard that in Yakuza 1 there's like a Majima everywhere system?
Excuse you, I'm playing Yakuza 1 right now, actually.
Perfect. I want a Xenos everywhere system.
Yes! I've talked about this. Xenos
like,
everywhere.
Dungeon, where you're like in a roulette dungeon, and one of the bosses just gets killed before you get there, and then it's a Xenos fight.
And then Xenos is like, "Hello, warrior of light."
Yes.
And then it's like,
I
you're in
have found you,
Statasha.
my friend.
You're in Statasha, and you guys only have your level 15 skills, so Xenos just has this like 2 samurai attacks. Or like there's 2 Reaper attacks now, right? And just like bonk each other, then he's like, wow, this was not an exciting venue. Or you queue into a dungeon, it's like, hey, we have 5 members in our part, and Xenos is in your party. Yeah. And he's like, hello, warrior of light, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, it'd be so fucking good.
It'd be so good. Like you're crafting, and then you're like looking around, like you're gathering, and you're out in the woods like chopping trees, and then you go and Xenos is holding a tree branch in front of his face, nothing else. It's just he just has a tree branch in front of his face.
You look up in the tree, and Xenos is sitting there up on a branch.
Like, hello, warrior of light. It's so good to see you here.
Hello, my friend, my enemy.
Or like you're crafting at the market board, you get to the market board, and then like the board gets moved, and Xenos is like, hello, my friend, my enemy. How are you? And then you fight in Limsa. It's so good. Or just or like, I don't know, you're like, I don't know what other fucking thing. You're at a fate.
In the lower dungeons? No, he doesn't fight fair in the lower dungeons. He's been synced down because Xenos is just the only player character with PvP turned on.
Exactly, yeah. and the person controlling him is Yoshi P. He's trying to kill you. Well, that's great. You go to summon your retainer, and Xenos gets summoned, and he's got the retainer outfit on.
And he hands you like an elegant gold piece and a squid.
Yeah, he's like, here's your squid, warrior of light. Now face me. Oh my god.
Despicable prey.
It like I've legit talked to, because I'm playing Kiwami right now. And we literally, like, chat can tell you, we have talked about this exact system of just Xenos everywhere, and it's such a good idea. And like, I don't know, it just makes Xenos such a fun, like, it makes him so much more fun, and I think it'd just be great to have. I don't think it'll ever happen, because I don't know how the fuck you would even make that a thing in an MMO, but, like, it would be funny.
It'd be so good. I hope you're enjoying Kiwami more than Yakuza 0.
I am enjoying
'Cause
Kiwami.
I know that you enjoyed 0, but also the ending did not appeal.
Yeah, Zero was good enough to get me to try Kiwami 1.
Good.
And that was good. Because I love Kiwami, like, I love Kiwami 1 more. Than I think I do 0. Because 0 was really, really good, and then you get to the ending, and then it was just like, no!
Oops, all set up for Kiwami.
Literally, and like, I don't know, Majima's like whole, like, I think I'm fine with Kiru's, like, ending, right? Like, I think that works. The dragon with Dojima reference was lost on me, but it makes more sense now. Shibusawa was a cool fight. Like, you know, like, there's, like, stuff like that. That's cool. Nishiki, like, is cool. And then the game tells you he turns evil. And then you're like, what the fuck? And then you play Kiwami 1, you're like, oh, okay, no, this makes sense. No, you're explaining this really well, actually, thank you.
Yeah. Could you imagine playing Yakuza 1 in 2002, maybe 3? And that's the old, like that's the first game that has Nishiki in it, and then you like wait, what, 10, 15 years, and Yakuza 0 comes out.
Yeah, then you're like, what the fuck? Like it also
Why
like
are we friends with Nishiki?
Right?
Oh,
and it also makes just 1, like, playing 0 first does make 1 a lot more painful, because like, you know, there hasn't been that confrontation that Kira and Nishiki had. Or that will have, but it's coming, and it's gonna be so fucking sad. It's gonna be so sad. Like, because it's gonna just be like Kira being like, Nishiki, we were like best friends. Like, I took a dive for you. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's gonna be so painful instead of just Yakuza 1 where it's like, Nishiki's a bad guy. But like, you know, playing 0 first, it's like, Nishiki was literally one of my favorite characters. Like, that scene with Nishiki and the gun with Kiru.
We sang Judgment together. You can't betray me like
Kashiwagi was there. He was on the drums. You remember?
Breaking the law.
It's so good. It just makes it so much better. And also, one thing I really like about Kiwami 1 as well is the combat's way more crisp. Like,
yeah,
I didn't realize how sluggish 0 felt until I played Kiwami 1, and I'm like, oh wow, wait a minute, I can dodge now.
Yeah, they just get better and better.
That's good.
It's a shame though that they never go back to 0's system of using money to improve your character. Like, it's just XP from here on out. Which is a bit of a shame.
I feel like it's a missed opportunity, but I will admit I wasn't a huge fan of how 0 implemented this system.
Yeah, that's fair, but I would have liked to see it expanded upon, because there's
that's fair.
There's like non-combat things you could do to get money to improve your character.
Yeah.
Whereas there are non-combat things you can do to earn XP, but not a lot of it.
Yeah.
And also it gives money not a lot of purpose. Like, you can use it to buy items, but who the fuck uses items in those games aside from like energy drinks?
Yeah. No, that's fair. Like, like my beef with 0 is more so just like, you get to a certain point where you have to grind the fuck out of like your money making mini game. Whether it's the cabaret or like the like real estate thing. Like, you have to grind the ever-loving fuck out of them just to get yourself
on stream.
Huh?
Did you try to do all that on stream?
Not all of it, no.
Okay, good.
But it's a lot though. Like it's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's a lot of investment.
And just to catch up to the game, because the game doesn't really
Yeah.
do that for you, and that kind of sucks.
Yes.
It's like you hit a point in the game where you're like, wow, I'm getting my ass kicked, and you're like, oh well, I need to get more money. It's like, well, now I got to spend 5 hours doing this like financial thing, you know? And
Yeah.
and also, it's so much easier to get more money with Kiro on the real estate thing than it is with Majima. So like, I just always felt perpetually stronger as Kiro.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is a shame. But also, another problem is you get your fighting styles really staggeredly, so your one style might get upgraded a lot faster than the other ones.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
so I feel like a money system could work very well, but just if they did it differently. You know,
Yeah.
my issue is more so just how they implemented it versus like the game itself. That makes sense.
Important question. How much slot car racing did you do?
0.
Okay.
I didn't touch the mini game because I didn't know it existed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never found it. And then it's apparently in 1 as well, so I'll be able to play it in 1.
Yes, in 1 there are some returning characters from the slot car plotline from 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. And
Yeah,
then they
like-
show up in 6 too. It's like, oh.
I literally like I never knew it was a mini game.
Wah. That was my favorite minigame in that one.
That's fair. I really like the
Good one.
karaoke. Karaoke was like my fave.
Ah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
But like I played some of the and the bowling. I liked bowling too. I got Nugget.
Nugget's great.
I love Nugget. But like yeah, like I played
Hashtag
a
girl
bunch.
boss.
Nugget is a girl boss, absolutely.
It's true.
Like I
Literally.
played a lot of the mini games and stuff, but like yeah, there's just like there's like just some stuff I missed because like I was either way too invested in the story or way too busy grinding like the money stuff.
Yeah, totally fair.
You know, which like is fine. I think 1 I'm gonna take more of my time in, but also I think with 1 I think it's a lot easier to take my time with it because I'm not so narrow, like I'm not so focused on it. If that makes sense.
Let me look up something real quick and see which Yakuza game this side quest was in.
I've been told there's apparently, I think, a side quest in 3 or 4 that I have to do. And people are telling me I have to do this one because I'm gonna really like it. Which is very
Oh.
cute.
Okay,
they're telling me
Yakuza
so
0
early.
questions.
What'd you say?
Yakuza 0 question.
What's up?
Did you do the quest How to Train Your Dominatrix?
Yes.
Okay.
I did. I did that one.
And did you do the one where Majima infiltrates a cult?
No.
Okay.
He infiltrates a cult?
Mhm.
What?
Oh.
Maybe I should go back and do that, damn.
I might almost recommend going back and doing that on stream if you've got like maybe a save around there or something. I don't know. But it is so entertaining.
Oh my god. Okay, fair. I did the one where he gives financial advice to the politician.
Ooh, that one's pretty good too.
Hmm.
You can do those quests in Premium Adventure. Do you have to get like all the way to them though?
No, you could just do them in like the free mode afterwards, right? Like I can just like go back into it. I'm pretty
Probably, yeah. Yeah, if you can do that, I might recommend doing that one in 0 so that you can see where it goes in 1, because that's
Oh.
another through line
sure. Oh
that goes
no!
into Kiwami. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I probably will.
Get your shorty peepees going, and
what?
Um,
My what?
it's- don't worry about it.
Paige talking about pee over here. All right, damn. Oh, okay. Huh. All right. Fair enough. I mean, so far I'm loving Yakuza. I'm liking the Yakuza series a lot. And I'm enjoying it a good amount. And I'm really liking Kiwami a lot. Kiryu's great. God's perfect himbo.
Kiryu is like, it is my headcanon that Kiryu is Ace.
I believe that.
And there's some stuff the director has said that makes me think that that's quite true.
Dude, he's just, I love him. He's just great. Like, everything he does is, like, he's great. Like, they did such a good job of just making a main character that you love. Like, that you just root for, like, the whole time.
He's so sweet, and he's so positive, and, like, the game never presents him as anything less than a paragon of masculinity.
Yeah, he's just an
But
absolute Chad.
it is not toxic in the least. Like, it's so good.
He is like a perfect portrayal of positive masculinity.
Yeah.
And he just king shit nonstop. And I love that, like,
Non-stop.
so many times these bad guys are like, you're not allowed to do that. And Kiru's like, I'm a good person and I'm gonna do good person things. And they're like, I'll stop you. And Kiru's like, no, you won't, bitch. And then he kicks their ass. Dude, it's like, there's no point where Kiru just, like, loses to some, like, terrible man. No, he just fucking wipes the floor with him, like, every time.
And I'm very excited for you to get to Yakuza 7, where it's a Final Fantasy X style turn-based combat system.
Fuck yeah, let's go, baby. No, I'm down. Let's go.
It's gonna be best of both worlds. It's so good. That's probably my favorite in the series.
I'm frequently told that Yakuza 7 is a fantastic entry in the series.
Absolutely. And if anyone wants to jump into the Yakuza series and, like, start with one of them, Yakuza 7 is absolutely a great place to jump in.
Fuck yeah. Nice.
Yeah. All right. Go play your Final Fantasies. I love you, Zoomy.
I love you, Paige.
I love you, chat. All right, goodbye.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Goodbye. Good night. Y'all ever get distracted by a bunny for like a literal hour on stream? Love Paige though. If you guys haven't checked out Paige, you really should. Paige is lovely. We're good buddies. And one of the people I can like talk about FF Final Fantasy with and like a lot of other games with in like a really fun way. And I really value Paige's opinions, even if Paige is wrong all the time. I'm kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. I love you, Paige. Yeah, but yeah, I love Paige so much. I was actually missing them. Yeah, I was too, Boats. Yeah, it's been a bummer. I've been really, really busy as of late with a lot of stuff. I mean, as you guys know, I haven't been streaming as much. But I mean, for all good reasons. Nothing bad or anything. How do I slide down ladders again? Wait, guys, no, there's a chest over here.
Nothing but air below us.
Shut up and move.
Just don't
Yeah.
look down, okay?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, Paige has good opinions and you should listen to them. And like, I do think it's very fun how, like, we have a lot of
through here, huh?
differing opinions. But like, that's a good thing. And we also have two very, very, very different perspectives. Like I said, I'm moving into like the FF series, for example, in a completely different. Oh, mouse. Hello. Oh. That was really weird.
You see something over there?
Huh. Anyway. Like, yeah, we like just moving into like the series in like very different ways. Because I did not grow up. Hi, L. What is happening with my camera right now? Is this a bug? Sometimes deal psychic damage by showing detention? What's detention?
Maybe the gate didn't budge because there's not enough power to spare.
Gotta figure this out.
It's a wild movie? What? Oh.
Error. Insufficient power.
Of course.
Hey guys, look at this. Instructions for dealing with a power shortage.
Super meta?
Kill the lights?
What?
And we free up power for the gate and other stuff.
Sun lamps. You think these are the plate suns? The closest thing we have to the real thing.
Love you, Elle.
Gotta put out a sun just to open a gate, huh?
But if we go through with it, the grounders in Sector 4 will suffer.
An hour later, sun's going out for good when we blow the reactor.
That's true.
Let's go.
All these lamps. You'd think they'd be able to balance the load by now, though.
Maybe. If the maintenance guys or whoever weren't playing hooky.
The lamps are important, but when you think how much Mako it must take to keep them running.
It's frustrating. Oh, I'm sorry, Vespera. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, if you ever want me to talk about the portrayal of women in video games in general, I would love to. It's a very hot and spicy topic
gotta
that's
be
not hot
one.
and spicy, just
Man,
shitty.
look at the size of it.
That a console I see near the top of that ladder? They, pretty tall ladder, too.
I'll go.
Okay, we'll wait down here.
Working us tomorrow. Alright, good night, Mary. Get some rest. Oh yes, please. Any more women's voices in this space? Oh, thank you. I honestly, if you just hang around here long enough, I will absolutely start talking about it at some point. Because I've even talked about it with the FF7 because like, and Final Fantasy in general, just because like there's a lot of great ladies in the series, and there's also like some not great ladies in the series, or a total lack thereof.
Emergency power supply confirmed. Disengaging locking mechanisms.
Okay,
There we go.
that's that.
Great job, Cloud.
Looks pointedly at FF15. Oh yeah, for sure. Have you ever considered playing the Mass Effect series? I'm told I should give it a whirl since I like Dragon Age. But I'm also concerned because I've been told that I would like it, and I've been told that I would be angry with it. And I'm not sure how I'm not sure I want to be angry with it.
Next stop, Section G.
Yep. And after that, Reactor 5.
Like, do I want to get into a game just to get mad about it? Is that my brand? Am I the angry gamer girl? Is that my whole brand?
Things will welcome us just as warmly as before. Tell you what, the rot runs deep in this damn pizza.
I am unsure as well. Hello, I would like to kick your ass.
Y'all. Just passing through.
Let's do this right. There's no escape. Gotcha.
Ooh, they were just hanging around. Nah, they're stinky.
Come on.
God, I love this shit so much, though.
Every little bit. Finish him off.
God,
those
I love the
gloves
comment
up.
in this game so much, dude. Holy shit. The Mass Effect series, they totally whiff it on the finale. It is like FF4. Yeah, oh, like, women healers is a problem. That's a problem that even 14 has sometimes, actually. That's changed a little bit over time, though, on the bright side. But, yeah. No, that's a really big trope, is having women be healers or casters in general. Women can't have, like, physical roles or, like, professions.
They busted?
Powered down is my guess.
Lucky us, am I right? One less thing for us to worry about. Filling the air that we gotta breathe with their shit.
Monsters sure seem to like it. What's up with that?
It's like in the tunnels. They get twisted by the Mako, but it all goes back to Shinra.
Yeah. But also that's also not just that's not just a Square Enix problem. That's a problem with like most games. Hi, Left. How are you? Like that's something that you see everywhere. Well, like I guess. No, I guess even 10 does have the exception because like Riku's like a melee character. She's a punchy girl. Lulu's a caster, Yuna's a caster, but Rika's punch girl, and like Tifa is also a punch girl too, which is again not as common. It's fantasy trope all over the place, yeah. Yes, Left. I've definitely noticed that. Yep.
Hey, let's take a moment to get our bearings.
What's up?
We're still in G, right?
Yeah, and to reach Mako Reactor 5, we need to go through Section H.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't spot a connecting catwalk to Section H. Did you?
Well, we could always do another lap.
Go for 10, why don't you?
The only other route that I can think of would be...
Along the wall.
Up for giving it a try? It might not work out, but it's the only idea I've got.
It's not a bad one.
So we're shooting for those giant fans way over there? Okay. At least we've got a clear landmark to guide us.
Those ventilation fans?
Keeping the plate's air clean by pushing the smog into the slums. Whole system's designed to make shit roll downhill faster.
Yeah, does Lulu count? Yes, to a lesser degree. Because regulating women to, like, a magic caster, even if it's offensive casting, is still a trope. I think it's less of a harmful trope.
Let's end this
but
quick.
it's still a trope.
Not a problem.
Like,
Getting really sleepy.
oh.
Try me.
That it?
Oh, okay. So,
Gotta love
Gotta be smart.
it. See ya.
There! Come on! Ha! Take that!
slumber spit, that's what it's called, lol. Nice.
Too bad.
That's still frontlining. I mean, it's physical. Like that's kind of how I define it, right? Like, if you have like a physical role, then like that's different, right? Because being regulated to like a backline caster is kind of where the trope is. Specifically like a backline healer type. You could be like a paladin lady and have healing, but if you're on the front line doing physical work, that's different, right? Makes you for the healer in the original 7. Do they? I've got her on damage. Barrett's my healer because he's ranged, so he'll likely need less healing. Okay.
It's over.
Hell yeah!
Maybe dial it back a little.
Why is the Italian senator fighting? No, she's not a senator. She's an ambassador. But yeah. So it's like you don't have like a lot of physical roles. Is like when I'm explaining. she could one-shot everything. Nice. That's fun. Guy with a big gun also dishing out heals. I mean, it makes sense from, like, in my brain from, like, a strategic point. Because, like, he's gonna be getting damaged less, so he can focus on healing more, right? Keep people's HP up.
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
Sure seems
I
that way.
can't speak at all to Bloodstained, not played it at all.
I feel no fear. Yeah.
And
No
they
fear.
heal with
No
bullets.
fear. No fear. No fear. Ooh, no fear. Little fear.
Fucking Barrett. Oh my god, I love him. He's so much fun.
Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and
You chickening out?
hell no. I'm just worried that your pony ass is gonna get blown off the side and shit.
Enough! We gotta keep moving.
I like that
Okay,
Tifa, like,
then.
pulled back to avoid his
Follow
hand.
me.
God. We can see Tifa as a group tank.
No worse than a windy day, huh?
I
One with a
don't.
tornado
I
warning,
think
maybe?
Cloud's more of the tank.
Don't look at
But
the
that's how
fan.
I'm building.
Whatever you do.
I'm
Right.
building Cloud as tanky. Tifa's like my assassin. She's like my very fast, dodgy, high damage. She's my most damaging character, at least. Because I see her as more assassin-like versus tanky.
Hey, what's that behind the fan over there?
Isn't that...
Hey, don't be a dumbass. Tifa told you not to look at the fan.
I want to get in the fan. Cloud, Dark, Tifa, Monk. Yeah, like that, actually. And Barrett's a sage. Look at that.
Made it through in one piece.
Think that took a couple years off my life.
How do I get that?
I mean, not really. Couple seconds, maybe. 3 tops.
God, Barrett. He's so funny. Can I not go back? I want that. How do I get that? There's a part where we can shut the fans off and I can go back. Yeah, well, and Tales of Arise has a paladin lady, don't they? Yeah, they're like, their main healer is a lady with a gun, which is cool, but they also have a paladin lady, I believe. They have like a frontline shield fighter, and she's a lady. And she's got, yeah, she's the one with the
Section
fucking
H
tower
is
shield.
Just up ahead. Slow and
Which is
steady,
like
guys.
cool. Like,
And
put
that's
women
our
in
objective?
armor. That's awesome. That's so cool, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm pretty sure that's the one.
you know. There's a tank and she's the best.
This is it. The cargo platform Biggs was talking about. Let's not keep him waiting.
Wait, did I miss a thing?
Error. Insufficient power.
You're kidding me.
Needs 3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's all of them, isn't it?
All or nothing.
Let's regroup here if we get lost. Remember the H1 sign.
Right.
Let's see now. Closest light ought to be...
That one.
By the light of these magnificent lamps, we shall lead our brothers and sisters of the Undercity to a brighter future.
Thank you,
Say
Tifa.
what?
It's from a speech President Shinra gave, talking up the importance of the sun lamps.
Brighter future my ass. Shinra's leading us down a one-way path to darkness and death.
Goodness. Yeah, broke chainmail bikinis, woke full plate armor. True. Yeah, I don't play Pathfinder, but glad to see Pathfinder decided that women should be allowed to wear clothes. That's maybe perhaps why I don't play Pathfinder. conspicuous. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't think it's that hard to like make characters that are
You asked for it.
just like to make characters that just like are women but have like a physical job. You don't see that a lot. Which is unfortunate.
Let's do this right.
I'm waiting.
Gotcha. Keep it up. Bingo. Ha. Ha. Gotcha. Okay. Ha. Ha. Finish him off.
There we go. Nice. Yay, Barrett leveled up. Good job. Was a kid get impaled with a spear in the gut? I feel like that happened. I feel like that's happened. I've seen that
There's
happen a
the
bunch.
Let's flip it and go.
There are plenty of female melee, but I kind of have to because it's a fighting game, for sure. But also, how do they pose the women in those fighting games? How's the choreography on some of them? Girl characters are trope in fighting games, for sure. Not fighty. Oh, you betcha.
Rerouting power. Please wait.
Side-Eye's Ivy from Soul Calibur. Yeah.
That's one down.
Whew.
Only two
Ivy's
more
pretty
lights to
bad.
go.
The one game that gets a pass is like Skullgirls because like
Intrusion prevention
there's a
system.
whole thing with that, right? But like
Intrusion prevention.
literally
Back
any other
online
fighting
'cause of
game
us.
aside from
No need to fret, y'all. A
Actually,
few
wait a
rusty
minute.
mechs ain't gonna keep us from reaching the reactor.
nah, even Smash Bros has some problems in like older versions of it. I guess like the new one isn't that bad. But regardless, yeah. Oh, hi Raven.
Intruders detected. Engaging countermeasures.
Mid-range turrets, huh?
Hey, Cloud! Hang back while I deal with these pests.
There.
Now, I feel like that's a bit auspicious of you to say, Zach. It's a bit dramatic. I don't know if I would use those words. Out. But, I mean, yes, truthfully speaking,
And there
Samus's
you
Zero Suit's a bit much. I don't
Just
mind
when our
it
lives
in
lock-
Ultimate, though.
We can move this catwalk.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
lined it up perfect. Think back. Anybody see a connecting catwalk?
I think I know who you're talking. Yeah, Baiken. I don't mind her current design, to be honest. Baiken. I don't mind her current design, to be honest, Vespera. Guilty Gear also does a pretty good job of having very equivalent designs, I feel like. And very exaggerated ones too, which I feel like that sort of fits into it a bit more. I mean, I said generally, didn't I? But, like, I feel like Guilty Gear is one of the lesser offenders, if that makes sense. Or at least the recent Guilty Gear. Granted, I don't play fighting games, like, at all. But, like, from what I've seen in the
Which
designs.
way to the next light?
If we can't make sense of this place, we're gonna get lost.
Well, at least we know where the big-ass things are.
Thank you, Barrett. Helpful as always.
It's on now! Y'all don't have a chance!
Yeah!
Ah!
Yeah! Gotcha! Gotcha!
Steady.
Yeah! You watching? Hang in there!
Oh, God. Oh, this is not where I want to be.
I can't. I won't. Gotta be smart.
Suck on this!
How the fuck do you fight these guys? Plaid, assess one, please.
Best do it right.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not going out like this.
The only thing I can think of regarding Samus's other M. We don't talk about other M. But, like, yeah, that's, like, the only one. I think Samus's Zero suit in most of the games is fine.
I'm waiting.
And you hardly see it in most of the games. Like, I think you see it in Zero Mission. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's not much in the game. Like, it's not there much, you know? Like,
Fire in one all!
damn it.
Suck on this!
Chill out!
Steady.
Why? This enemy is obnoxious.
Come on!
There we go.
Keep it up!
Got him.
Oh yeah, another one in the bag.
Pog. Yeah, like Samus is, generally speaking, aside from cursed games, Samus is great. Like, really, like, pretty good representation, and does a pretty good job. Not really a lot of complaints there. Dope. Yeehaw.
And that makes 2 lights down.
Meaning we've only got one left.
The end's in sight, y'all.
Should be able to climb down from here.
This a hole, right?
That the Sector 4 slums down there?
Huh? You want to check them out sometime? I can show you around.
We'll check them out now if we fall.
Oh my god. Rip Sector 4. Can't wait to make us, for us to look like even more of bad guys, though. Wait, the fuck? How do I get that? How do I get any of the? I just keep seeing materia in really weird places. How do I get those? Oh yeah, I mean that's another thing too. You have to be careful that like if you're talking about like.
You think they'll miss those 3 plate suns?
I say the real
Wait.
sun's the only one we need. To hell with shimmering in night lights.
Okay, no, I need to go back. I need to go back. I need to go back. I know how I get that. I think I know how I get that.
Huh? We're going back?
If you've got shit to do, then hurry up.
But yeah, like just because a woman is like sexy in a video game does not mean that that's a bad thing. It's like how the portrayal is like what is like determinant and stuff. Because like Bayonetta's fine. Samus being attractive is fine. Again, Guilty Gear, at least from what I've seen, also pretty solid, like pretty decent about a lot of that stuff. Skullgirls even, like that's another example. Like it's okay to have like attractive female characters, like that's completely fine. That's not the issue. I think you see that a lot too. And okay, how the hell do I get down there? I think it's this way. Oh, good God.
Detected. Engaging countermeasures.
That's why all these turrets were here.
That's that! Gotcha! There!
I'm waiting. Know your limits.
There we go. Turrets versus Tifa's guns. We love to see some guns. Oh, hi Tegan, how are you? Are you here to tell me that you finished your Drabble? Tifa rolling around like a Dark Souls character? As it should be. As it should
right
be.
Back where we started. Where was that last light again?
OMG, who's daddy? That's Barrett. He's a very nice man.
Almost done. It's a shame we had to wander around so much.
Well, no stamps here to guide us. No Jesse or Wedge to back us up neither.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what should we tell Biggs? I don't want him to worry.
Oh, that's a little sad. Okay. We want to go that way, I think. Might have a
you
paragraph
taking
as a
a
treat.
detour. Well, alright then.
Oh, did you post it in the Discord? Good. He cares about the environment. Maybe a bit too much, but his heart is in the right place. True. He's a very passionate lad. Of a little
Give it all you got.
angy.
It'd be my pleasure.
Oh, you're big. Oh, this is like a boss fight room.
You're fine! There! Yeah! Go for it! Take that!
Bring it.
Ooh, gotta love it.
Bring it.
I can't. I won't. Let's do this right.
There we go. I had to the quality crunch where it was on the PS4 slums down. It was on the Bigelow res of JPEG. It was funny. Oh, geez, really?
Here it comes.
Gotcha!
Gotta love it.
Finish him off!
Want some more?
Go, Kakatar, go!
Hope you're ready.
Oh, sorry. I was getting yoinked as I was. Not a fan of how that
Good job.
happened. All right, though.
Got some spike left in you.
Let's turn this around.
Get ready. Gotcha. Try this. Let's finish this. Take him down.
You ain't gonna get away.
Strike hard and
I like how this is just like a absolute fucking cake circle right now. Ow.
Man, I trained for this. Gotta be smart. That sucked. Go for it. Come on.
There we go.
That's a win.
I make you work for your shiny
Heads
purple
up,
loot.
y'all.
Not use best move repeatedly. Yeah, it's really nice. Agreed. Yeah, I got the shiny purple loot. Let's go. Okay. That makes me think there's a way to get that frickin' red materia, though. Hello, blue. Orb of elemental materia? What the hell is that? That's cool. Tegan, why do you want a compliment? Can I get an ASMR shark fact? I mean, yes, I love sharks. Hello. Do you want an ASMR shark fact? Okay, cool. Yeah, of course you can. At first I was like, why? I compliment you all the time. Okay. Fucking love sharks, by the way. Like I love sharks. Ask Paige how much I love sharks. If you catch my drift. Okay, I've got 2 sharks on my bed even. Paige likes rabbits, I like sharks. Circle of life continues. I may have misjudged my place in the circle. Really never noticed. Oh, really? You haven't noticed? Listen. Don't ask me what my VR chat name is. Hem. Your fun shark fact. Okay, fun shark fact. Did you know that there are several species of sharks that are actually warm-blooded? Not all of them are cold-blooded. Sharks are a very interesting fish, and they hail from a very interesting genome of fish where it's so ancient and primordial, it goes back to fish that have warm blood. So a lot of sharks are actually warm-blooded in sharp contrast with lots of other fishes. Though there are some sharks that are cold-blooded as well. Also, did you know that the Greenland shark has piss in its veins? That's not even a joke. The Greenland shark does. Yeah, sharks are that fucking old. They're similar to coelacanths in a certain aspect. I'm sorry, it has what now? Yeah, it's got piss in its veins. That's not even a joke, it does. I'm not kidding. Are there any pink sharks? Yes, sorta. Goblin sharks have a pinkish hue to them. Are sharks an older species like birds and crocodiles? Yes, they are. Sharks are extremely primordial. Like, I mean, we're talking millions and millions and millions of years. I don't know the exact... I know the exact number, but how old are sharks? Yeah, 100 million plus. 100 million plus. Goblin sharks are also slightly horrifying. That is
You
correct.
forget something?
I prefer tiefling sharks. I prefer goblin sharks. Goblins are the fucking best. Also, I'm probably a bit biased. Is it true that the great white shark never needed to evolve, or is that just a myth? I mean, everything evolves, right? Everything evolves. Like it's not that things don't evolve, but their evolutions can be very, very small. Right, they're not maybe extremely potent, and that's... Oh, no. And that's fine. But everything evolves. Humans are evolving. Hey, there's a rest stop here. I didn't even see that. Humans even evolve. But like... So like, to say the great white sharks never evolved is not true. However, great white sharks have evolved very little because they are an apex predator and generally have not needed to evolve massively and quickly. Because why would they need to? They're just such straight ballers, they don't need to do that. Don't question it. Yep. So yeah, it's not that they have not evolved at all, it's just that they haven't needed to evolve much. They have evolved a little bit. But like, yeah, not much about them has changed because they've not needed to change much. They are, like what Grom says, they are like peak shark. Like, it's kind of, that's kind of their whole, like, they're just really, really good. Is it true sharks can regrow teeth? Yes, yes, absolutely. Like, yeah, that is a core feature of many sharks. Extremely necessary, too. Stops them from, like, having issues like some animals do. Like some animals do. Like, for example, I don't know why I'm just thinking of this, saber-toothed tigers. That's one of the reasons why saber-toothed tigers evolved and kind of came out of fashion, was because saber-toothed tigers had an issue with their tusks getting broken, and they couldn't heal them. And then once those tusks were broken, those like giant like claw, like, you know, teeth, shit got bad. They needed to be more durable, right? Sharks completely avoid that problem by just regrowing their teeth.
We'll just have to make one.
Probably not worth it. But yes, tieflings are also very cool. You were making a funny joke. Goblins are my favorite. Goblins are my favorite. But I do play a tiefling every Saturday night. So,
Run while you
I play a
can.
purple tiefling. Her name is Woe. I also made a meme of her today. You D&D too? Of course I do. I am in 4 D&D campaigns. What about Femro Sharks? Extremely common and sexy.
Going in.
Ooh, do you have a favorite class? I sure do. It's Bard. I'm a big Bard fan. Hey, don't tie me up in front of the turret. No,
Really?
guys, boys, help!
Ain't no thing.
Yes, Bards are my favorite. I'm a big fan of Bards. I'm a big fan of Wizards. I like Sorcerers too. Clerics are cool as well.
There's no escape.
Gotta love
Give him your all.
Nothing's gonna stop us.
You would say that.
Oh, Zach, if you could talk about D&D, we'll tangent for another hour. Oh, I've absolutely... So do you guys want to see the meme I made today for my 2 of my D&D parties? you want to see the meme I made for 2 of my D&D parties? I'm gonna make it for a third one too. Okay, I spent like over an hour on this. So yeah, congrats, you've successfully derailed me. I love talking about D&D so much, dude. So you may have seen one of those newfangled TikTok memes going around recently. And I want to say that I've made some adjustments. Okay. So I did take Stalling Way Strikes Again, true. So oh no, this is horribly out of, there we go. Move this. So this is my Saturday night D&D group, and I just took their tokens, which is like a combination of custom art and pick crews, because yeah, and I also made all this, and I don't have After Effects, so my text, text skills, like the appearance stuff was fine. But anyway, have you guys seen these like videos going around? Because they're really fucking funny if you've seen the TikToks going around like this. Really good. Also, I'll expose myself as a bit of a zoomer, but like, I think they're pretty good. I also talked through all of that. Yeah, this took me like an hour and a half. It's hard, dude. I wish I had After Effects. But yeah. Like, have you seen those? I think there was a FF one I saw recently. Video dating Juby like that. Like, see if I can find. I'm very distracted now. That's all okay. There's the League of Legends one, but you guys don't play League, so I don't think that one will make sense. There's another League one. Reese's Puffs, Reese's. The song's kind of catchy too. Where? I play League. Are you playing a Furbolg? No. No, this is my bard right here. This is her. We have a Fire Genasi, a Satyr, a Wind Genasi, and a Tiefling. This is she. The one singing about sex. 'Cause that's who she is. I play League. Yes, miss, I know. I just want to say that Tiefling has your smile. What are you talking about, baby? That might be based off a little bit, but like, yeah, if you want to see, I don't have any art of WoW made yet, but like, I mean, I have her like tokens and stuff. Does your group stream campaigns? Nope. No, we play for our own enjoyment. I would love to do a stream campaign at some point, but stream campaigns are extremely difficult. Like massively difficult. Probably, like, if I did a stream campaign, it'd probably be like the magnum opus of my, my content creation. Woe, like misfortune, aptly named. But yes, she has, so like, I have got, like, I made a lot, me and my friend make a lot of pictures of her. The current token I'm using is this one for her. Because she's a fancy bitch. Also, the background's red because she's currently dating the goddess of revenge. And they are very homosexual with each other. Also, hence why she's got the red wine glass, too. And yeah, she's a College of Lore bard, and she plays like a cleric. Because this is my D&D bard, I can make them whatever I want to. She's also like not technically a bard by profession. She's like a dancer. But she does play instruments. I pray you never break up with because I'd be worried. Yeah. I mean, you know, goddess of revenge. It's fine. Ooh, spicy goddess of revenge. Yep. And her adoptive mother is the goddess of trickery. Her adoptive deadbeat dad is the god of victory. She has a very divine lineage. So like, yeah, her mom is trickery. Her dad, deadbeat dad, is victory. Her good dad is destruction. Except there's a dynamic going on. We'll figure it out one day. And then like on my D&D playlist, I have this. I have like a pixel bit for her, which is like a dating like screen, like pick crew, which is pretty good. Also, this is 0.05 seconds before she mocks the fuck out of you. You confess your love to Woe? Oh, she's gonna tear your heart out. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be really bad for you. It's gonna be a very bad time. Don't tell her that you love her. Very bad idea. But then I've got like, I don't know, I've got some other ones. I used, where's the one I used for a while? I used this one for a while, but it wasn't nearly as smug. It's only like moderate smugness, and like we can't have that, you know? So cast healing word, does she just shake her hips at them? No, she doesn't. She says something because it's healing word, but it's usually like an insult. It's usually like, get the fuck up already, and then she heals them. That's how it works. Yeah. And then yeah, what was my Saturday night character? I play a barbarian Friday night, and I DM Sunday nights, and I also am a druid in another campaign. The warlord 4E method of healing? Yep. Yeah, no, she insults, you can bleed when you're dead. Yep, no, she insults, like, the people she heals. Also, Woe doesn't heal. She's not a heal bard. Like, she straight up does not heal. She plays like a cleric. She's like a debuff, like, kind of a damage bard. In a way. Because she has, like, spiritual weapon and, like, spirit guardians. And, she has, like, bestow curse. She has, hypnotic pattern, polymorph. She uses polymorph a lot. That's a really good spell. Phantasmal killer. Do you only play with friends? Yes. And they are not open positions. Nope, sorry. I have a fairly tight-knit, group of people I play with, and I don't stray too much from that because we got together like 2 years ago, and I've had 2 years of the best D&D I've ever played in my entire life. So like, not gonna change it up anytime soon, you know? Favorite forms for her spiritual weapon? So her spiritual weapon is the form of a giant flaming hammer, which is the weapon her mom uses, because goddess of trickery, right? And the goddess of trickery uses a giant fucking fire hammer. And the spirit guardians are displacer beasts, because her mother's like spirit animal is a displacer beast. Oh yeah, I share stories all the time. Oh, I love talking about D&D characters. Now, if she's summoning from destruction, her spiritual weapon is a giant purple spear. This is a giant violet purple spear that like has like a steam coming off of it. And her spirit guardians are giant purple snakes, which is pretty cool. And she has a whip, destruction, made for her that functions also as a belt, and it's a fancy belt / whip that she can use as both a casting focus and as a weapon. And if she uses it as a weapon, she can cast a heat metal on the whip to make it do 2d8 fire damage on top of its 1d6. So it's pretty fun. She usually opts for Eldritch Blast because she's a bard that has Eldritch Blast. But she does use the whip sometimes. Yeah, when she's using that whip, it uses like destructions, like magic and stuff. And that's like her good dad. So she doesn't mind invoking him. Yeah, I'll be spitting rhymes and fire in equal measure. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, and like literally it looks like a designer belt whip. Like it's a designer belt, and he designed it that way because he's like, well, we can't give you something that looks bad. Like I know you've got a discerning fashion sense. I like that thought of holding a whip upside down a la Red Mage casting. Yeah, I always described it as Woe cracking the whip and the magic comes out of it. Because the whip glows with this like sort of purple light. It's like this purple light and like the light jumps off of it and turns into the spell. That's something I have for her. And then if you want to see Sylvie, who I play every Friday night, this is my barbarian Sylvie. She is a halfling barbarian. And she's very happy these days. Like she's having a great time these days. You'll love to see it. And I have a lot of art of her because I ship her. Well, I don't ship her. Her and the rogue in our party are in a relationship and it's adorable. And they have ship art, which I can pull up actually, because the rogue, his player is an artist. And let me go find the ship art of them. Because you'll love to see it. I love talking about my D&D characters. This will always, like, I will always sidetrack. So Sylvie should be down here. There she is. So like this is like a picture that was drawn of them. He's a 6'5" wood elf. She is 3'6". So there's a very big size difference. The person that just insulted Sylvie's height. Oh, she's done worse than that. She also, her best friend is a demonic wolf god that lives in a pelt on her shoulders. And the demonic wolf god can possess Sylvie. And when she's in that, like, form, she can, like, transform. She, like, eats people. Like, a little bit. Like, she eats people, like, a little bit. And she has a third multi-attack. Because my DM is like, barbarians should have a multi-attack. Fuck this. Her third multi-attack is her using the power of a shark spirit to bite people. So she's got 3 attacks and one of them is a bite attack. And she's not a cannibal. She just bites people and takes pieces of them off. Also, Sam, thank you so much for the 10 months. Did you do that 5 + 5 = 10, just how much you've been subscribed for? That's Poggers. Also, happy Oceania server. You got one, congrats. And then this is art of her party. Here's the rogue boy, here's her cooking. She's also a cook. Like, she's the cook of the party, and she does a great job. And then this is our fighter, who is an Echo Knight. Rogue is a thief. He's a thief rogue, wood elf. Fire Genasi, Echo Knight. And yeah, she's a totem barbarian. But yeah. She also wields a maul, like her main weapon. Actually, technically she wields a staff that can turn into a maul or a longbow. But yeah, this is like them in art. Very cute. Good shit. Also, there's some very angsty art I could show you. That I think, do I have? I don't know if I saved it just to spite my friend. I also have a Discord server of literally, I have a Discord server of her and the rogue with the person who plays the rogue. Oh, yep, here it is. Yeah, so here, here's the angst art. Here's the angst art. Blood warning a little bit. Yeah. Cause there's the thought of, she is, to put into reference, she's a totem warrior barbarian. She's a bear totem warrior. She has resistance to everything. Sylvie has a 20 in constitution as well. Sylvie at level 11 has 163 HP. In the last fight that we were in, we fought over 60 enemies. We fought a literal army. We fought a literal army, and Sylvie took over 300 points of damage and did not go down. Because she is simply that strong. She is that cracked out of her mind. We love to see it. This tiny girl who's just unkillable. Love to see it. Are you all level 20? No, we are level 11. We are level 11. We have a very strong party. We have like a really strong party. It's egregious. Yeah, we are level 11. We fought over 60 enemies. We won. She took over 300 points of damage, but she resisted all of it. She got healed a couple times too by our bard. We have a bard, technically. That's a whole nother thing. Zero Zeus, please nerf players in 5.5. No! Do not nerf players! What? No! Also, subtle detail, you can see her crying. But no, the reason why my friend made this is like, Kieran, elf boy, he has a 0 in constitution. He's like level 11 with like 45 HP. So, he's very vulnerable. And Sylvie's the total opposite of that. Aren't you technically dead with a con of 0? No. Modifier of 0. Modifier of 0. He's got a 10 in con, guys. Con modifier of 0. Con modifier of 0.
Zoom stab.
Con mod. Yes. Yes. So he's very squishy. He's very squishy. So we talked about like the dynamic of her basically being invincible and him being very killable. Until he got a necklace that's cracked AF now. Listen, Tim, get out of here. Tim is our Echo Knight. That's Tim. Tim is this guy. That's Phildek. Yeah, so like Kieran is extremely squishy. And like that's just something that comes up. It's like in like the ship dynamic a lot of like, Sylvie's invincible. He is not. So what would happen if Kieran died? And the answer is Sylvie would lose her mind. She would go fucking ballistic and she would absolutely kill whatever killed him. Elia, LOL, I'm an old man. I do swing swords and miss. Yeah. Timbo is an Echo Knight, Fire Genasi, who looks like a demon because he's got full plate demon armor. That's a fun thing. And is 87, I believe. He's old. He's an old boy. It's like a dad and his 2 kids. It's a dad. No, it's more like a dad, his daughter, and her boyfriend is like their party dynamic. Took me a while to realize there's a sword in that picture. Yep. Dead boyo. Poor guy. Yeah. Kieran's just a very squishy lad. He's just a very squishy lad. Oh. Yeah, we've also made like a lot of pit crews of them too, which is like super cute, and you love to see it. No, it's going through him. He's impaled. I can bring it back up. I just noticed the oh no. Yeah. No, like if you look, you can see it like a bit better. It is absolutely going through him. Which is why she is tearing up. And yeah, you can see her wolf pelt of the demon god. Like, or wolf god. Demon? Creature. Friend. They're good friends. And that's the joke too. They actually are good friends. They are buddies. That's like not even like, that's not a meme. They're friends. And let me find some of the pit crews that's like Sylvie. Like there's just, we have a lot. Like a lot. Where's the, oh, this one's really cute. Like the 2 of them. They're adorable. Where's the one? Oh, I should show you, this is what Sylvia looks like when she gets possessed by the demon wolf god. Dreadwolf? Solace? Something like that. This is what she looks like when she gets, like, possessed by it. And this is her normally. Token size. Yeah, so there's, like, a palatable difference, you know? Oh, then her dating thing looks like this. Do you do the art? Is it commission? No, the art is done by my friend. And then some of these are pick crews. Like this one, right? But like the art is like done by my friend. Our rogue. Fan art from the community. I mean, you're welcome to make fan art if you would like to do so. Does it take away from going berserk? Yeah. That's perfectly okay. Yeah. So those are the two. Those are Saturday and Friday night, and then Howdy is my druid who is a slime girl. I'm also making a new character for the next campaign I join, and she is going to be a goblin. And I love her already. Yeah, we got distracted. Sorry about that. You'll get automated. I mean, I can give you a permit, Zachary, if you want. Might be best to post that like in the Discord or something. If you're sharing art, nothing wrong with that, but
If this is what you want.
can be a bit harder to like find.
Won't miss. Bingo.
I'm waiting.
Oh god damn it. That's okay, it's 6 figures. Oh no, you're fine.
Finish him off.
Now, if you've got any D&D questions for me, I would love to talk about it. Whether it's a question about my campaign or just like anything, opinions that I have about 5e or whatever. Like,
Maybe dial it back a little.
like literally anything. Second favorite class? I am a big wizard fan. I do like wizards a lot. I am really enjoying playing a barbarian, but I'm only really enjoying playing a barbarian because my DM makes sure I get to have fun. And has given me like a lot of other cool stuff to like help me have fun. And hence why I've got the demon wolf pelt is because, and like the third attack, because normally barbarians are kind of boring. What would you like to see changed in 5e or 5.5? The biggest thing I'd like to see changed is like, what's the biggest thing? I know this. I would love to see martial classes balanced out with magical classes. I think while I feel like while fighters and paladins are strong in their own right, I do think all martial classes need a buff or series of buffs or mechanics to help them catch up with casters, especially at higher levels. I think this is not as big of a problem as it could be because most campaigns do not take place at higher levels, but since I am playing a campaign at a higher level, 2 actually, you start to see more issues pop up. Where once you start getting to like 5th level and 6th level spells, a lot of martial classes seem kind of redundant, which sucks. You want them to do interesting things. I think the perfect example is Barbarian. I think the Barbarian class needs a total rework because it's incredibly boring and not very impactful at all. They pretty much exist just to get hit, and that's not a fun game mechanic to play with. I think a way you could improve this is give all martial classes maneuvers. trash the Battle Master class and just give all martial classes maneuvers. Or give them types of maneuvers, or allow martial classes to take feats easier. Like, allow a more easy system for them to take feats. And give them more feats. I think that would be great. One thing I would like to see in 5.5 as well is just, is feats, more feats. Feats being easier to get, and martial characters being able to make use of feats more. It's like, I feel like that's a system that could work very well for them. Just give them special abilities to do stuff. Yeah, Barbarian, I hit really hard. Wizard, I unmake it on the molecular level. Literally, right? Martial classes get way more feats in Pathfinder, which I find is a good trade. Yeah, no, like that. I think a system like that would work. Just give them more abilities. It's not that martial classes are useless. They're certainly not. Have you seen a paladin? They're certainly not useless. But like, I just think it'd be more fun for like fighters, rangers, barbarians, even paladins just have extra abilities to like do cool stuff with. Paladins need it less. Rangers need it less to a degree. I think rangers just need like, they get boring is the problem. Some of them do. I don't think our Echo Knight is ever gonna get bored, I'll be honest. That subclass is just too fun. But like, I mean, I would be bored as a totem barbarian if my DM was not doing, like, giving me fun stuff, right? Also make the UA ranger the default ranger. It is. I don't know what to tell you on that one. This is also an anti-ranger slander stream, by the way. Just play a fucking ranger. They're good, I swear. Wild Soul Barbarian or Eldritch Knight. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right? And they're good. Like, it's just, I think they should just have more. Because I don't think giving them more will make them overpowered. I think it'll just give them, like, more options, which will be fun. Like, I don't think they're unbalanced or anything. It's just, like, could be more fun. So he's a little bear. Nice. Do roll the thumbs when there's nothing to punch. I disagree. Rangers have a lot of out-of-combat utility. My Barbarian has like 9 or 8 skills, proficiencies. And that's not with the DM giving me shit. That's literally just building the Barbarian. I think certain martial characters should get more, but you have a problem with people not wanting to use them, like, again, Rangers. Rangers have a lot of out-of-combat utility, like a fuck ton. And people complain that Rangers are useless. It's kind of like rogues again, where like people get in the rogue mindset, so they think about rogues in the right way to position themselves to do things. Rangers are very similar, but people don't think in that mindset. Or DMs don't build for that, and that's a DM problem. Right? Fighters could maybe have more stuff. Like, I could maybe see that, but a lot of fighters do get tool proficiencies. It's just like, I think it's like, the thing I think that is more like the problem is like casters, casters I think have very point A, point B utility. I cast Detect Magic. I detect the magic. But a rogue can use an Arcana check to do the same thing. So can a ranger or a fighter. Like, that should work as well. And does. It's supposed to. But some people don't get in that mindset, which is a problem. And that's also sort of on the DM too. Like, your DM needs to give your martial characters solutions they can help with. And I do it all the time. Literally in my campaign, we had a series of riddles that the players had to deal with, and each character solved a riddle just like instantly by themselves, which was great. Like, the Barbarian did not feel useless because like he was actually pretty good at solving riddles. And there were skill checks for that. And like he was good at, like, it was skills he was good at and stuff like that, right? Because I think skills are supposed to be the answer to those out-of-combat utility stuff. Should there be something besides skills? Perhaps. I could see an argument for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Zai. Oh, that sucks. So just have a great night. You too, buddy. Love you, hun. I'm sorry that your internet's not doing great. But yeah, I've never had an issue in my campaigns with the martial characters having utility outside of combat. Monk's gonna do it with balance and skill checks. Wizard just gets to bypass it entirely with fly. But the wizard is using a resource. If the wizard wants to burn a 3rd level spell slot, they can. I think some of the pushback comes from players who just want to game the system, so only the best is acceptable. That is fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. We're gonna so many more years. I mean, yeah, it's just like... And the noise of the wizards also get skills, especially in 3, where their primary casting stat also lets them get skills. I don't play 3E, so like I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, wizards also get skills, sure, they don't get as many though. Also, again, they're burning a resource. A wizard getting a 3rd level spell slot back is not easy. Is not easy, and they should think about that a lot if they're gonna burn that. Like, but literally every counter could be bypassed with clever spell usage. That might be more of a DM problem. Like, and I think a lot of problems people do have with 5e is more on the DM side. I think, and you could argue, well, does that make 5e a bad system? No, not at all. You're gonna have that problem in literally every tabletop game. 5e is one of the easiest systems to run, which is good, but it also depends on kind of how, like, what people choose to play too. Like, running a Strixhaven game is way easier than like Storm Giants, like Storm King's Thunder, right? So there's some like, it would be better if like wizards could like notate those things better. I feel like that could be a good improvement, is a notating. Runs new players in TTRPGs with 50 than any system before, aside from 4. Yep. 5e is easy to play, easy to use, easy to DM for, extremely modular. It checks all the boxes for getting somebody into tabletops. So it's a great way that if you guys eventually want to play something more complicated like Pathfinder, go for it. And if you want to try something entirely different like a Powered by the Apocalypse system, I always recommend Monster of the Week. Go for it. Like, if you want to do something really, really different and play a game like Lancer, go for it. But it's a great introduction because most tabletops are abysmally awful at getting people into tabletops. 5e is kind of an exception. Other design philosophy behind 3e and 5e is that martial classes are supposed to suck compared to spellcasters. Disagree completely. I adore World of Darkness and the Shadowrun systems. World of Darkness is cool. World of Darkness is cool. A little archaic in some sense, but very cool. I've not played Shadowrun. Call of Cthulhu. I am not a fan of Call of Cthulhu, but I see the appeal. I want to join the Lancer campaign. Lancer would be fun. Lancer would be very fun. Yeah. I think in 5e it is objectively true that martial characters are very useful. But a lot of them do lack options, and that's an issue. It's not that they're bad. They are balanced. A fighter is extremely dangerous. The wizard can't do shit when the fighter just destroys them in one round. You know, something like that, but also PvP doesn't count. But like the fighter being able to tank and deal damage extremely reliably is extremely important and also extremely useful. Yeah, the wizard can cast Disintegrate and kill a target, but a fighter can kill 3 targets every round. And the wizard's burning resources to do it, the fighter's not. You know what I mean? Took steps to pull back from that, though not as much as 4E did, for sure. But no, I think martials are very useful and are very good and are very balanced. But they need more options. That's what I would say. They need more fun factors to them. And some of them do. Like, paladins are fucking dope. A lot of fighter subclasses are really good, like an Echo Knight or an Eldritch Knight or a Rune Knight. Rune Knights are cracked, dude. Cavaliers. Have you seen a Cavalier fight? Holy shit, they're so good. Do you like attacking every time a creature takes a turn? Cause that's Cavalier, baby. Like they're good as fuck. But like, yeah, champion fighter, could maybe have a couple more options, or just the fighter subclass, or just the fighter class in general could have more options, right? Barbarians could have more options. But yeah, like, but if you are a DM, it is your duty to make your characters feel useful and special, right? Like, and that's what I mean, Diz. Yeah, they should get rid of Battlemaster and give all martial classes martial maneuvers. I think that would be very fun. I think that would help a lot, actually. Dual classing a pure caster with an Eldritch Knight. Yeah, you should. I hear it's very fun. But yeah, giving every martial class maneuvers would be very good. And like paladins and rangers can have like half maneuvers because they're half casters. Sure. Something like that, right? And give barbarians more feat options and ASIs like fighters. That would be cool. Just give them more options, right? That's kind of what we're arguing for. And yeah. And honestly, I've never, and maybe this is just because my group is good, I've never felt not useful as a martial character before. They're not responsive as Wizards of the Coast when it comes to wanted changes. Very responsive. Remember, Wizards of the Coast reworked their entire lore because people were like, hey, this sounds a little racist. And they changed it. They listened. Should have been changed sooner? Yeah, probably. But they did at least change it, which is good. Like, you know, that's a good thing. Well, I think that's nice to hear at least, yeah. They're revamping a lot of things. The Mordekaiser's Monsters in the Multiverse is doing a huge racial character revamp. And if the leaks are to be confirmed, it's a really fucking good revamp. Exactly what people's feedback was. I don't know much about martial classes. My best Taylor things party, my closest I've come to as a martial character was Bard of Valor. Bard of Valor bards are cool. Yep. And if that's too powerful, then remove the boring plus stat bonus types of compensation. I would gladly give up my third attack or get less action surges from maneuvers baseline. Same, Sam. I don't think maneuvers will be too powerful though. Think about all the shit a wizard can do. Yeah, it is, sure. Also let barbarians get their rage back. Please? 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 Almost all of barbarians' shit revolves around rage, and it's a long rest resource, and they don't have many of them. Like, you know, Ancestral Guardian Barbarian is very cool until you run out of rages, and you literally don't have anything in your subclass. It's like, that's a problem. And you can, I mean, you can give them like a rage back on a short rest, or all of them, or... But it'd be too strong if they got their resources back on a short rest. Anyway, monks should get all their key points back. Like, literally. Like, what the fuck? No, yeah, I agree, Sam. Barbarians are weird. That class needs a revamp. They do. Or a cool thing I've seen and done in the campaign I run is if the barbarian takes more than half their health and damage and they have a rage slot open, they gain it back. Ta-da! Seems fun. I don't watch Critical Role, but I will, you know what? I'll agree with you. Literally about to suggest that. It's cool, and I think that was a thing. Was that a thing in 4E? I think that was like a thing in 4E. Also, hi, Adam. If they see a party member go down, they can get rage back. Yeah, that'd be, think about how sweet that would be. Like, think about how sweet that would be. You see your friend go down, you're like, ah! Like, I fight for my friends. But somebody would complain about that being too anime.
Such devastation. This was not
Kojimaru,
my
thank you so much for the
intention.
follow. The follow, I seem to appreciate it. I hope you're having absolutely magical legs. Ever magical. Love you so much. Welcome. Also, Senna, thank you so much for the 4 months. Did you know that 2 + 2 = 4? 7 months you've been subscribed for? That's kind of poggers. Everything is anime, exactly. Because they are boring. Diz, I know that, but a lot of people play D&D that way. What if I told you? A lot of people play tabletop games that way in general. It's a worse issue in Pathfinder, which is why I don't play Pathfinder. One of the reasons, but one of the biggest reasons. What if I told you that was the case? That's a huge issue with the tabletop community as a whole. And 5e has diluted that problem quite a bit. Which is strange, considering it is a tabletop role-playing game. But I mean, hey, you know what? If you want a war game, that's what you want to do. I'm sure you can find a group and be very happy with it. But a lot of people have those types of mindsets about like how things should work. I get the appeal of strict rules, but like that's insane. Yeah, I know, but like it's a thing. You know, some people really like their crunch. There's nothing wrong with that, but like that's gonna be a thing that happens as a result. That's gonna be something that happens. Campaign of North Africa. What? MS4E? Yes, Sam, we know. Okay, it's a 1,500-hour war game? What? The fuck? 4E had a lot of good stuff in it, and I think people were unfair to 4E. I also think they should take a lot of the 4E stuff out and put it in 5E, and I think that'd be pretty good. I think a lot of the mechanical stuff in 4E was very good. Never recommend? Oh my god, okay, I've never heard of that. Rule on the amount of water they carry for pasta? What? Things like martial classes all get abilities? I mean, they do though. I know you're exaggerating to make a point, but like, they still do. Again, Paladin, always got options, baby. It's just the thing with like, it'd be nice to see more general inclusion into that. Also, it'd be nice to see like a martial support. I'd love like a warlord or something. That would be cool. Or like a medic. That'd be cool, like a doctor class or something. That'd be kind of cool. Fist healer, Way of Mercy monk. Got you. Defenders might have been too good. Hi, Fizzy. True. Yeah, 4E takes a while. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Warlords were such a cool class. Yeah, I'd love to see like a warlord or like a doctor or a medic or something. That would be cool. That'd be a cool class, I think. And 5e's got most of their most of their class tables covered, but I feel like that's one they could have. You could have like a warlord. You could have a warlord, and one of their subclasses could be like combat medic or something. You know. Yeah, like a martial healer would be fun. Not magic reliant, but can still keep people in the fight. Yeah, exactly, Tim. That'd be very fun. For setting reasons, as an artificer, yeah. Hi, Panzer. Allow bonus feats and even give a feat if that makes sense for the backstory. Oh yeah, like no, we start with feat. We usually start with a feat each usually for campaigns. And we use a lot of homebrew. Like we homebrew a lot of stuff because we all enjoy it. Fun fact about my Sunday night campaign. All of my characters have limit breaks. All the characters I DM for have limit breaks that they can pull and use. Usually have a medic profession. You usually have doctors. Usually still have doctors, Alulian. A lot of fun. I must sleep. Hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope you have a good time zone too. If you want to, Zach, feel free to join the Discord. We talk about D&D in there as well. Got to experience that once in a Pathfinder game. Nice, yeah. No, yeah, every party member has got like a limit break, which is cool. That they can only use under like specific circumstances, but like, still, fun shit. Cause like, why not though? That's fun. I never got used. That's a shame. I have mine work by, the way I use mine is they have a crystal that has like 3 charges. To put a charge in the crystal, I think it's like 300 gold. It's expensive. But they can use a charge when they are below half health, and they must make a saving throw. The limit break goes off regardless of the saving throw, but if they pass the saving throw, I think they lose half of their hit dice. If they fail the saving throw, they lose half of their hit dice, gain a level of exhaustion, and another thing happens, I believe. And like they limit break. And you can try to limit break multiple times as though you have charges, but the DC goes up very sharply on the second one, and then the third one. And like stuff like that. Which like, I feel like it works pretty well. They're strong as fuck, but it's no stronger than like, I don't know, the wizard casting some big spell, you know? But yeah. I think it balances itself out too, because it's like you're sacrificing the longevity of yourself with like hit dice and stuff, because that's important. You don't want to limit break early and run out of hit dice. Yeah, you sacrifice longevity for like in the moment like victory. Which, like I said, again, I think that works. My players love it, so that's good shit. And that's just like one of the things that like I feel like 5e is really good for us. It's very modular to allow things like that to happen, to allow that kind of homebrew. Which is why I think there's one of the reasons there's so much homebrew is because it's so easy to make it and to fit it into the game. Now, some more pessimistic people would use it as an excuse to, would use it as a way of saying that the system is flawed or it's not good and that's why people have to homebrew. I just like to think it's because the system encourages it, which is not a bad thing because making your game unique is fun. Also, that tweet next to me is completely unrelated to what I'm talking about right now. I don't even know why it came up. I don't even know why it came up. But, you know, it's so strange that it came up in this exact moment. This is just to nip it in the bud before anyone says shit. I don't think anyone will, but just in case, because people like to do that sometimes. Anyway, here's power boost, couple of rounds. Nice, that's awesome. That's cool, Panzer. Oh, one thing that I think could be cool for martial characters cool. I saw the tweet when you tweeted it. Another way to make martial characters more cool, give them more attunement slots. Let them use more items. That's a way you can help them. That's a way you can, like, give them improvements. Give people the chance to be creative, they're going to be creative. It's like modders for literally any game. Exactly. And that does not mean the game is deeply flawed or anything. It's just letting people have fun. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. No, I literally have this just on hand to use it anytime I'm feeling like somebody's going to say some shit. So yeah, remember, don't pee on people's parades. Let people have fucking fun. Because, you don't do that, I'll eat you. I will consume you. Heart and soul. But yeah. So, most players don't want to be power gamers, we just want cool things. Yeah, exactly. That's fine. And if the DM enjoys making the homebrew, and the players enjoy helping with it, what's the issue? There isn't one. Let people have fun. Anyway, we're gonna go now though. It's late. I kind of went over time. I'm tired. But honestly, good shit. We had some good shit. We had some good fun. Definitely don't mind talking about D&D with you guys or Final Fantasy IX. We did not get far in FF7 today, but that's okay. I don't think I'm gonna raid anybody. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired and I'm probably just gonna like pass out on a long day. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. My socials are right there. Remember, our next stream is Thursday at 4. Thursday at 4 o'clock Central. We're doing more FF14 and getting through the MSQ, which is kind of poggers. So yeah, we're doing that. And then Saturday is Yakuza at 1. But I think that's about it for announcements. Remember, we do have a sub goal for an FF10 video. A video where I talk about FF10. If you want to contribute to that. Either today or Thursday. Just saying, it's an option. But yeah. And I think that is all that she wrote. So I'm gonna boogie. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys have a good night. Get some rest. I will see you all Thursday at 4 o'clock. So goodbye. Love you. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water.